found Tania.
We live.
Let me see.
Say, yeah, say we live.
Mm-hmm.
And Black Convos. Happy New Year and all that stuff. If you're new to the page, welcome. All our old followers, hello. Oh, my internet. We got Ebony Dawson, we got Ebony J, we got Liz, we got Kenny, and we got Tania. I hope everybody had a great New Year, even with all the foolishness going on. Tonight we're going to be talking about what is marriage material. I guess we're going to try to define that. So we're going to get into it. Whoever want to kick it off, let's go. Liz, let's have you go first. Let's hear from a man's man who is married. Oh, and just a little thing is, let me see. Two of them on the panel are married. The rest of us are entangled, single.
They out here.
Out here, dog. We Netflix and chilling.
Right.
I don't know. For me, it's like everybody had their own definition of what marriage material is. I never seen myself as like I would say like looking to be marriage material. I was just being me. Um, you know, I think it's more of women who put that out there of what is marriage material. For me, as when I was dating and stuff like that, it was never I looked at myself as like, oh, I want to be marriage material. I just it was just me. And shit, when I started dating my wife, it led to marriage. It wasn't nothing that I was looking for. It's just something that happened. And I think people need to stop looking for it and just let it happen. Marriage material to each individual is something different. To me, marriage material, I looked at my wife and said it was, you know, the things that she brought to the table and the person that she was made me want to marry her. So my definition of marriage material is just a woman who has goals, um, who know who she is and know where she want to go, and it's simple to most men when it comes to, I think it's simple to most men of the standard that they want a woman to be to marry, and we don't require much, and that says a lot about the other side of what women require to be marriage material. I I always look at myself as a guy that was outgoing and had my own stuff prior to relationships and just being me. And if a woman wants to deal with me, she can choose to deal with me. I always gave her that choice. But to get married to somebody, you gotta be special. And a lot of people think they're special, and they might not be special to the person that they with. You can call yourself marriage material, whatever. But if that person really want to be with you, and I think it's the man's choice when it comes to marriage too, because a man gotta want to marry you. He don't have to marry if he don't want to. If you stuck in relationships like 8, 9 years in and still looking for that ring, most times it don't even happen because that man has a sense of, look, man, everything is good the way it is. And, and shit, some women do too. So I'm not gonna sit up here and try to define it. It's just what I wanted in that person and what I got in that person. And maybe vice versa. Maybe she's seen something in me that she said yes to when I asked to marry her. But for me, it's not, I don't know, in my eyes, marriage material is what I got. And I can't say that for others. But I'm gonna let everybody go back around, but I'm gonna bring up how some of the stuff that men and women do is the reason why you might not be marriage material.
So, do you think women have more of a standard for the marriage material than the men do these days?
No, I'm saying men do have standards, but we don't require much when it comes to wanting to marry a person. Because most of the time, men marry you based off that they love you. So, women, and I hate to say it, a lot of women marry off what the stability of a man and not the stability of themselves. You know what I'm saying?
Jones.
Like it's they require a lot to look at you as marriage.
Don't do it, Kenny.
They require a lot. I'm telling you, they require a lot more than men. Men don't require that much. Back in the day,
That's not
require,
true.
no, look,
That's true. We simple creatures.
listen.
You shut up down there.
Y'all ask me a question, I'm gonna give you the answer. So back in the day, you know, a man got you pregnant, he like, I'm gonna marry you because I got you pregnant. These days, man, women got to come with it for you to be considered marriage material. We consider you a fiance, because you could be a fiance and still don't get married. You know what I'm saying? Because you could be
Forever
you
fiance.
could be a fiance and be put on like, and in a man's mind, it could be a fiance, and then some men, because I heard man say they had picked in the probationary period before that wedding date because they can back out anytime. And the fact that most men, look, most men can lose a lot in a marriage because we can come with the house, the cars, the 401ks, shit, our mind, our heart. That all that shit on the line in the marriage because we can lose that in a divorce. So you gotta be really a special person for a man to even consider marrying you. And I know y'all looking at me all crazy and stuff out there, but that's just that's just the reality of most men. See the men who do have standards. Now there's some men that out here want to marry you. Yeah, they got their shit together and stuff like that. They want to marry a woman, but then control them because what they bring to the table and stuff like that. I'm not that kind of man. I'm not trying to control you. I really love you. So like when a man really want to marry you, it's because he really loves you. In most cases, not because you don't have a kid with him and stuff like that. It's because that man genuinely loves you, and he want to spend the rest of his life with you and build with you, and things like that. Now, on the other hand, women require a lot, and some of the stuff women require, they ain't even scratching the surface on their own selves to even have that requirement or that standard. You can't say, and like a lot of women, it's a list of things. You could have a list of things, and basically, women want a man, some women want a man that's gonna do what they say, like, all right, I'm gonna break it down like this. The phrase happy wife, happy life. What about a happy husband? Because if he's trying to make you happy, what are you doing is you making him happy?
Y'all should be making each other happy.
That's what I'm saying. That's why
Why?
that phrase should be. What you mean? Why? That phrase happy.
I
happy
said why. I said why. I didn't say why.
what mean?
I'm just joking. Go ahead. Go.
Oh, I'm about to say, yeah, that makes man happy sometimes. We like, and then another thing, a lot of women bring up, well, my grandma and granddaddy, man, we ain't them. That was 40, 50 years ago. When that nigga married her, he had her pregnant, probably another chick he had pregnant too. Just keep it real. Like back then, they had a couple of families. That man had a couple of families because he was paying all the bills and all that. Now it's more independent women. Men have standards to. Someone need to come with it, a job or something. You can't be out here requiring stuff from a man and you ain't even scratching the surface with what you asking for. I want a man to take care of me, or I want a man to lead. Like a lot of times, women will be like, well, and this where it comes from too. It comes from a lot of women who didn't have their daddies in life. They try to tell a man how to be a man. You didn't have your daddy in your life. So how you know what a man's supposed to be? You know what I'm saying? It's a lot when it comes to marriage material, but we need to have an understanding of what marriage material is because everybody has a different idea of it. For most men, marriage material is shit, just being honest, respectful. Shit, now you got to come with your own. Men are not about to take care of you, and you look up and think a man's supposed to take care of you. That's not gonna happen. Like, I'm not saying a woman has to come 50-50. You got to come with something. And drama ain't something. Different baby daddies ain't something because niggas don't want to deal with that many multiple personalities when dealing with women. They don't want to deal with 3 different guys if you got 3 different baby daddies. So now I gotta talk to this.
God damn, Kanye.
I gotta talk to this guy. Talk to this guy. Talk to this guy to get an understanding of how to help raise y'all kids. That's too much. And I know I sound harsh, but man, that's the reality life I wanted. Like I ain't want to deal with women with kids or like not saying women with kids with multiple baby dads because you have to learn how to deal with all the men in different ways or the drama or women who talk too much or all somebody's business. Kenny laughing, but man, y'all ask me and I'm being honest with you. Men don't like that shit. Men don't like women. I'ma chill. Go ahead. Next.
Oh, go ahead. I'm gonna wait till
But the shit's simple. You should know how to carry yourself as a woman. You can't be like, well, I'm gonna continue to do me, but this man need to be a certain way for me to fuck with him. You can't continue to be you. You have to elevate yourself to a level where you look at yourself and be like, man, I could be this man wife. Meaning they ain't stressing them out, ain't coming with all the extra drama and bullshit. I can hold my own just in case something happened with him where he can't take care of the bills in the house and stuff like that. Like, is it meant like I'm just really like asking, is it women out there like that who can see themselves as that? Or do women want to be married at all? Because in life, marriage is not the end all be all. But if you go be married, make sure you that person that require from the opposite sex of what you want. You can't be out here saying I want a man to take care of me and stuff like that. And then if something happened with him, can you take care of him? And it's really not a 50-50 thing. It's some of the things that men look at and like, you're like, man, she can hold it down if I can't. Because marriage don't have a look or a color on it. It just have like love. And that shit built up. Like marriage always been based off love, but over the years we have based it off finances, business, sex, all the other things that's not really love. So until you realize you can love that person for the rest of their life through thick and thin, through death do his part, sickness and health, the vows. And if you can't, you shouldn't even want to be married. And I'm only 2 years in, by the way. So it was like I didn't grow up in a 2-parent household where my mom was married and stuff like that. I learned this shit on my own. I learned about myself through relationships where maybe I was the problem, or maybe that person I was with was the problem. But one thing you got to do is learn about yourself before you even try to be in a relationship with a person or try to marry that person. You need to know yourself. I think John said a while back, learn the family. Meaning, don't be dating for like 6 months and then just be in love. Learn that person's whole family as far as mental health and all that stuff. Learn what the family on been through, not just that person. Learn the background, because you might not want to be around all that shit. That person might be cool that you want to marry.
Okay. Who want to go up next? Leslie gave us a whole.
He threw me off. I forgot what the question was. He went deep.
I'm gonna wait because I want to go into the whole women are looking for a man to take care of them, and
you are.
And,
No,
and
no.
don't misquote me on a lot of stuff. I didn't say that, Jones. I'm just saying like some women do feel like they are entitled to be taken care of. Not in 2020, 2021.
But see,
Like
if you look at marriage material, it's different for each person. So what one person may be looking for, next person may not. What one person may like, the next person. I don't know. It's different. It's different for everybody. But what was the question?
The question is, what is marriage material? Is it a definition for you, or what do you think about the whole? Because people talk about it a lot. Like, are you marriage material? Like, you want this guy to marry you, but are you marriage material? Do you want this woman to marry you, or are you ready? So we just kind of talking about what's your definition of it, or do you think it's a set standard of certain things that you have to have before you go into a marriage? So
I just think it's individualized because, I can't be sitting up here saying that I'm ready for marriage and I want a marriage when I'm out here, sleeping around or sleeping with everybody.
That's true.
So I think it's like once you get yourself up to that standard, that's when you can say that, yeah, I want to be married. Like you can't expect, if you coming into marriage wrong, you can't expect, for you to find, this loving, loyal guy when you're not right yourself. So I think it's individualized, like marriage material. I know I'm marriage material when, I got everything that I'm looking for. Like I can't go out here, I want this guy making 100,000 when I'm only working at McDonald's making 20,000. Like that don't equal up.
Right.
It won't make sense, and y'all marriage will not be in a standard ground unless you find somebody and they want you to be an at-home mom or sit at home and do nothing, just take care of the house. But as for me, marriage material, like if it's something that's what I desire, that's what I wanted to be a wife. And sometimes you got to walk in it before that's already done. So you can't be out here sleeping around or just with everybody and doing everything and you're not really ready. So I just think it's on an individual level.
And I wanted to correct myself before the next person goes. I'm not saying women with multiple kids can't be married because I've seen it a lot, but I'm just saying like in this new day and age, like a lot of men is scared away from that because one, it could be a woman with little girls and stuff. They don't want to be around that element and stuff like that, or it could be like a, a little boy who misses his dad, then you trying to come in there and be a dad before y'all get married, and the shit just ain't working out. So you have to be mindful of when you get married and you marry someone with kids, how the kids want to feel too. You know what I'm saying? And like, because it's when it's marriage for all, like the family, the two families combined. So whether it's kids from each side or kids on one side, they are part of that marriage too. That can break down the marriage too when you have kids from a previous relationship involved in that marriage and that shit just ain't working out.
Oh, but I think that should be established way before marriage.
That's what I'm saying.
if you out here running the streets, you shouldn't. You not marriage material. Like if you before you get married, if you one of those people like you a date and you may be taking somebody serious, but you have other people that you seeing too. Does that kind of mean you're not?
You've been a whole hoe out here, man.
Nah. Well, it's a process of elimination.
But
Dating
the
is
other
cool.
thing is the quote unquote hoes are the ones that's really getting married though. Think about it.
So is.
But dating don't mean you sleeping around with everybody either.
Exactly. It's a process of elimination. You could be
Yeah,
married
process of
without the person you want to be with. Like she said, dating don't mean you sleeping with everybody. You coming, you could be dating, trying to get to know a person.
Ain't dating to me, then.
I think every woman or majority of women think that they're marriage material. whether they sleeping around, dating around, not dating. I think majority of women, I look at it as every weed man swear he got the best weed in the city. Every woman think she is the one, in her eyes, the best one, which is nothing wrong with that. So I think every woman think they're marriage material. With men, I think we know ourselves a little more as far as if we are marriage material than the woman. We know we more self-actualized to look at it and say, okay, I know I'm not finished with this yet. I still want to mess around with these girls, or I still want to get myself more financially secure. The woman don't need to be financially secure to consider herself marriage material. I don't think that they do. So it's that toss up. But I look at it as marriage material for me personally is you have a list of things that that you want in a woman, and you have a list of things that you really don't want in a woman. And if you're willing to accept enough of the good with the bad, then that's gonna be the perfect medium. Because you're never gonna get everything out of the woman. You might want a woman to cook, clean, do this, do that, do that, do that, do that. You're not gonna get 100%. So if you get enough to where you're comfortable, okay, I know I'm gonna get this much, and I'm okay with accepting that she's not where I want her to be on these levels. And then if I'm happy with that, then that's why I can say for me that would be marriage material.
Pros and cons. And so for me, like, I cook a lot. And that's why I say everybody has their own definition. I don't need a woman to, the way on me hand and foot. I don't need a woman to cook for me. I don't need a woman to wash my clothes. Because I did all that when I was on my own, being by myself. But, like, a lot of men can't say that. A lot of men has been pampered, or their mom did a hell of a job to where they want women who can do the job of a mom and stuff like that. So, like I said, it's everyone has their own different standards and their requirements and stuff like that. And like Kenny said, like it's more of the pros and cons. You know what I'm saying? And like we can, like as men, we have that choice of pros and cons. Women, I think sometimes women that have the pros up here, and then that one con to turn them off about that man. You know what I'm saying? Instead of looking at the pros. And not all what I'm saying, some women do, because I don't seen it before. You know what I'm saying? And then they want, oh, I want the perfect guy. There is no perfect guy. If I was perfect, I'd be God. You know what I'm saying? Like, there is no perfect guy. To all women, there is no perfect guy.
I think we know that.
Like,
that's not even realistic.
A lot of women
perfect. We all got flaws, so no one's perfect.
There's still some women who still consider themselves like, man, I need that perfect guy.
No,
I think I disagree a little bit at that point, because I think it's a perfect guy for that woman. No
perfect in her eyes per se. Yeah, I guess you can
be a person that's perfect for you.
The connection.
You can look at it like that.
To me, that's the whole definition right there. Like it's whatever you want. Because I'm gonna have to agree with Kenny this one time. Like, cause if you don't mind a chick who like to hang out because you like to party, like to turn, like whatever you like, and she like, that makes her perfect for you. So to me, that's how you define. Are you ready for marriage? Are y'all ready to accept each other, good and bad? Yep. Will it outweigh each other? That's the definition for me. So this whole, are you marriage material? You might not be for this guy, but another guy might be like, I've been waiting on this type of chick.
Right. Everything is individualized.
Yeah, and then as far as the whole women want the man to come financially stable. So here's my thing, because I think people get it a little misconstrued when I speak. I can absolutely take care of myself.
Here we go.
But do I want a man who can lead the household? Yes, I do. Does that mean that if the light's about to get cut off, I'm gonna let him get cut off because he the man? No, but I want him to lead the household. And to me, if a woman is making more than her man, this is just what I've seen. It sometimes does cause problems because a man wants to be the head of his household. So am I one of those people like, yeah, my man can pay all the bills? He absolutely can. Say that again. It's breaking up.
So you saying the person that make the most money is the head of the household?
No.
Okay.
You fishing.
Oh, because that's what
No,
it's,
No,
that's a good question.
no, that's
You
not what
fishing.
I'm saying. I'm just saying I feel that a man wants to be able to lead his household. No, he may not make as much money as I do, but still at the end of the day, he is the lead. Do I want someone who I have to contribute more to in my household? I mean, that could be worked out. Let's say he was making 100,000 and then he went to make 50. That's still my husband, and I'm gonna pick up where he leaves off. But I want a man who can carry a household.
Who can lead properly?
Just my preference. It doesn't work for everybody. It doesn't have to. But I'm down for my husband. But yeah, I would absolutely want him to take the lead. Mm-hmm.
The whole
That's
time,
agreed on.
Jones, the whole time you was talking about that, I ain't heard nothing about no love.
she don't care about love. She want the money.
That ain't what we was
And
talking about.
that's what I'm saying.
Say it again. I didn't what?
All the stuff you said, I ain't heard nothing about love. So that's what a marriage does.
That's the foundation of it.
No,
I ain't
because it seems
talking
like
me if I don't love
a lot of
him,
times, business and
married to
finances
him because he able to pay all the bills. Because I'm gonna be out cheating on. Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, I hear you.
It marriage at the foundation is all about love. But again, from what I was told and what I see, marriage is also a business too. It's a partnership. Y'all coming into one, so you
Who
can be in
told
love.
who told you that? I just want
Marriage
to.
is a partnership.
Yes.
I just want to ask. I'm asking her.
A pastor that I spoke to in counsel when I was engaged, women who've been married 30 and 40 years, it's just not nothing you're going to, because you can feel like you're in love with anybody, but can he provide for your household? You can love him to death and then your lights cut off. You can love him to death and he cheating on you. You can love him to death and he didn't want to have a baby on you. Is that going to keep you around just because you love him? Why would I get into something with somebody who's going to bring me down? We need to be able to balance out each other. I'm not just marrying just because I'm so in love with somebody. I've been in love,
I
so
ain't
in
said
love
that.
with somebody.
I just asked about the love part because you never said nothing about that. That's
Yeah. That is the foundation of getting married to me. I'm not just going to marry nobody because they can pay all my bills. Let's put that out there. Ebony is not marrying nobody just because they because they can pay.
In the past, you don't talk crazy. Nah, I don't know.
No, I'm just saying.
That's why
Love is just. It's gonna sound bad. It's just not enough. Cause I was in love with a dirt bag. You know, I felt
So,
it was anyway.
can I ask you a question?
Enough. You in love with him again, but you're not off. You in love.
Your phone breaking up, Jones. But I do got a question. So, if he making a lot of money and he ain't at home a lot because of work, is that a big deal?
Yes, I've been there. That's my experience.
It's like a damn if you do, damn if you
But
don't.
see,
That's where I'm about to go. That's where I'm about to go with it. So, like,
if you know his job consists of that, why is it an issue? Because that's what the money coming in. If the money coming in due to him traveling, so you want the money coming in, but you don't want him traveling. It's like where.
Yeah, it's a damn if you do, damn if you don't.
No, it's just somewhere we're gonna have to find a balance, and then at the end of the day, I'm still only human. If traveling aches my heart so much, I'm gonna deal with this just because I'm so in love with him, but I'm sick that he's never here. If it's something that I can compromise on and fix, I will. But if it's not, I'm not just gonna stay when I'm in pain about it. I go as I feel. Like I'm not about to stick around and I'm unhappy. Black.
So you unhappy when he making the money, and then you could be unhappy when he ain't making the money. So
It ain't about just being happy that he's making the money. It's about him being able to provide for a household. Just because he can bring in a check and pay all the bills.
But that's what I'm saying. What if it requires him having to be away, to make the money?
We're gonna have to figure out a solution, and if I can work through that, I will.
If you can work through that.
That's those conversations you have in the beginning, though.
Yeah, but
God,
things change through the relationship.
that's
Like
what
you
I'm saying. Things change.
may
Things can change through the marriage where he requires to be
Yeah, but
working.
you always got to be some kind of communication.
you're
What would
right.
the communication be like? Because it can't be unless the only real solution I see is look, I cut back and you start bringing in some money the same I was bringing in.
Now, is that an option, Eb?
What?
He cut back, he doesn't travel, but you pick up the rest of the slack. Due
If
to
It's
you
all
if
about teamwork too.
right,
Y'all
not
ain't
because
mentioning
he
teamwork. Y'all ain't mentioning none of the stuff that got to do with marriage.
So compromise.
it's
It's
a
about what I'm gonna do if I don't get my way. That's what I'm hearing.
no.
Okay, I'm confused.
If you my mind breaking up. Can y'all hear me?
That you ain't got no husband to pay your Wi-Fi bill.
Can y'all hear me?
Use marriage material. Your Wi-Fi won't be cutting in and out like that.
So whoa, if a man was on the roof holding the
You'll have LTE order.
My Wi-Fi messing up because it's a bunch of kids on the internet. Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, we hear you. She going out.
I'm gonna just pause and let somebody else go.
I'm about to read some of these comments. Let me see. Drake says, so should a man or a woman take care, I dropped the phone, of all bills, or should it be a team effort? That's kind of what we just touched on.
I think it depends. I think most men will want to. Some men not able to. And if it's that situation, that's where the compromise come in as partners, where, you meet and make it work however best y'all can. Because unfortunately, the world we live in now, it's mostly 2-income household that keep the household sustainable. So I think most men want to be the provider and be able to pay all the bills, but sometimes they're not able to. And I don't think there's nothing wrong with that.
In a perfect world, if I think if I made enough money to where me and my wife won't have to work, I would ask her not to work, but she loves what she do. And that's what I liked about her is she ain't waiting for nobody to do nothing for her. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And it's like a lot of women are ambitious out here to where they get their own thing. And a lot of women are at the point of getting their own thing, but some of them don't even want to be married because they have that thought of, well, I'm doing good for myself, so I don't need a man to do good for me. And that's cool. That's whatever you want. But men like women like that. Men like it's not a standard. That's what I'm saying. Men don't have a standard because men can choose if they want you to stay at home or they choose which woman they want to be with. Because at the end of the day, the man has that choice to look, I'm gonna marry you. It ain't the other way around. Like, you know what I'm saying?
My froze.
And a lot of women are getting married just for the stability of it, just to be there for the man's money and stuff like that.
Oh my God.
Listen, see, if you watch them a lot of women base their lives off how they want to be based off like the reality shows and stuff like that. That's what I'm saying.
You watch too much TV.
No, y'all watch too much TV.
I don't even watch
it. That's so childish.
No, I ain't saying y'all get mad at me when I say some women. I'm not talking about y'all.
No, I'm saying any woman at this age that's want to do what reality people do, something wrong with them.
Right.
That's a lot like that trying to live up. It's a lot of women that want to live like that.
I can't speak for a lot of, I can speak for some women, but the majority I can't speak from. I don't think nobody can. Again, it's just all about your preference. If you want somebody who can take care of your household, I don't think there's anything wrong with that. That don't mean that you sitting around eating buns waiting for him to bring in a check. But if that's what your household is set up like, I'm okay with that too.
Jones, what's your
It
preference?
depends on the couple.
Right. Every
Jones,
situation.
what's your ideal guy to marry?
You gotta make
Cause I want to know.
A man who can take care of his household, point blank, period.
Mhm.
so if you could do that
A
with
man,
50,000,
a man who can lead.
A man who can lead, and if he could do that with $50,000, that's the man for me. If he loves me, loves my child, and respect me, I take that over $100,000 man. Again, I think y'all get it misconstrued when I speak. I want a man to lead. That's just my preference. I don't want nobody who I'm picking up most of the slack and I'm in there with him just because I'm so in love with him. I'm not saying that I wouldn't help him if he paying all the bills and it comes to a point when we need a roof. I'm gonna pay for the roof if he can't pay for it.
Right.
I'm not just sitting around eating bonbons. But if I decided not to work and that was our agreement, I'm okay with that too, because some men can absolutely love his woman the same if she stay at home and just take care of household. Sometimes a man just want a woman who can take care of his household. If he out making $100,000 and he just want to be able to come home and have a meal and his clothes is that's what I'm here.
yeah. So a lot. I mean, and it's not my particular preference, I won't say, but like I said earlier, most women, I will never say all, but classify themselves as marriage material, but can't cook, half clean, don't do laundry. I mean, I'm not saying those are my things for me, but I mean, you got to think about our parents and grandparents. They can cook the whole dinner from scratch.
Right.
They go wash all the clothes on Sunday and clean up the house. I'm not saying that's the woman's job, but I mean, if you want to classify yourself as marriage material, as a man, I do all those things myself, because that's just how I am. But I mean, I think those are some of the qualities that you should be able to exude when you classify yourself as marriage material.
And there's absolutely nothing wrong with you wanting a woman who can cook and clean and take care of your household. That's your preference, just like my preference would be a man who's running my house. Like, why wouldn't you want your woman? It's a nurturing thing. Like, I can go out and work all day and I ain't coming home to hot Cheetos. I can stay home and I'm not about to be sitting in the dark because he didn't pay the light bill.
You had the lights cut off before?
No, I'm just saying I've seen it out here. Like, you so in love with him and that's your man and I don't need him to pay all my bills and did. But you sitting at home and now y'all hungry. Like, I need you to provide for me, because again, a marriage is a business too. It's a union. Taxes and everything coming together. Why you want somebody who y'all making each other better?
Right.
You might as well stay single and continue your process of elimination, like Dawson said.
But she ain't got no ring.
That's okay.
No, I'm just joking. But like you said, Earl, I think it's a perfect person for everybody. Some of us may have met them and we didn't realize it, or we wasn't mature enough to realize it. Maybe some of us haven't met him yet, him or her rather. So marriage material is that person that you meet. That's for you. If they make 20,000 and it's perfect, then that's for you.
Okay, outside of the income, we keep touching that. What about the vibes and the chemistry?
Thank you, Johnson.
I'm like, we keep talking about this money. I need vibes. I gotta have that chemistry with a person. So we gonna leave that out.
That is very important.
That's very important.
I don't think you would marry somebody who you can't vibe with.
I think that's a given.
That's why I don't speak on that part in the love. Like to me, that's a.
But see, then everybody, some people do get in those marriages where they don't even have. It's like two strangers in one house.
I don't even see how you get to that point in the relationship to even be talking about marriage. You haven't vibed and spent a lot of time together.
Right. You got those ones who may wear that mask or come off as if, like what we're saying, they're molding themselves into what they think their person might want. And
that's true.
If I got you already, why I got to change?
But if you got a mask on and we really don't know who you are until we married, like that's something totally different.
Look, man, I'm gonna go ahead and get it going, man.
Go ahead.
I seen a lot of women base happiness off of marriage off materials and off like face like social media. Like everything good on social media and shit fucked up behind the scenes. Like you having a lot of things and a lot of material things don't make y'all happy. And you know what I'm saying? And like that because we look good together and stuff like that doesn't mean we are made for each other. Like that shit, it's marriage is deeper than a lot of this shit people be thinking it out to be. And people get on social media and think the memes and stuff they read is what really marriage is. Marriage is what you make it. Marriage is what you and that person make it. And like a lot of people, I have seen marriages where if you take away the material things, it ain't no marriage. If you take away sex, it ain't no marriage. You know what I'm saying? So like, you can't keep saying like, I want to like us doing this together and looking good and all that stuff. But really, in reality, y'all ain't really happy with each other. Y'all just saving face. And I like most people have to stop thinking marriage is this. It's because there's some down days in marriage. Everybody think, well, I want to be married. This is what I want to do,
It's
or
hard work.
it's hard work and a lot. And to all the women, every guy you meet, you can't be saying he the one for 3 6 months. You ain't even got to know that person yet. You know, for some people, you do lightning do strike where you might meet a person and y'all vibe is just so good for the first 6 months that you might marry that person. But get to know that person. Get to have that person around your family first. Get to really get deep into who that person really is before you start want to plan a wedding and stuff like that. Because most guys, they ain't out here looking for marriage, to be honest with you. They ain't out here like, well, they ain't saying they ain't looking for marriage, but they ain't out here on Facebook every day or Instagram, look, I want a wife. They just going off the vibe. And a lot of women, I see a lot of women say, man, I want this and I want that. I want this type of man, I want that type of man. Sometimes you have to look yourself in the mirror and ask yourself and do like a deep thought of who you are as a woman.
Do you qualify?
That part.
Because the man go really, the man, like men always been men. It's with them, it's whatever. So like, if they meet you and they really want to marry you, that mean that they really love you and stuff like that. But also, they don't have to be out here looking for marriage. They can be doing them, and if it happens, it happens. But ain't no man calling up his homeboy, hey boy, hey, let's go down to the club, man. It's probably some relationships down there. Niggas ain't doing that. The men are not going out to look for a woman to bring home to meet mama. They going to meet a chick most likely for the short term.
Where they meet the chicks at for the long term then?
Man, shit just happened, Kenny. You can't, it ain't at Walmart, it ain't at church. You never know where it's at.
So it could be at the club.
Man, I guess.
Yeah, but my thing is you at some point in your life, Liz, you said like, look, I'm sick of just being out here dating with chicks. So your mind frame did go out like, yeah, I'm still out here dating.
I said that, but like you gotta like it ain't really dawned on me until one day I was just chilling and things happened to where I'm like, man, I want to marry her. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not saying that I was looking for a lot of like when I was single, I was single. But when I met my wife, I wasn't messing with nobody at the time. And that was the crazy part about it was like, you know, I got to know her. And that was based off me liking her. See, you gotta like a person first. In marriage, you have to like that person, you know, not just love them, because I actually like being around my wife. I could be married and not want to be at home. You get what I'm saying? But I actually like being around my wife and want to do things with her. There's some people that don't even want to go home after work, but they married.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? They stand in the marriage because they pay bills together or we got kids.
Okay, so let me ask you that question. Let's go back to me earlier with the traveling guy. So if you hate to go home and it's so bad, was that something you would compromise on and try to figure out why you don't want to be home, or would you just eventually at some point like, look, I can't do this no more?
No, because when you take those vows, that shit is to death do its part. Not saying that you don't leave, but you have to figure out why the reason you ain't coming in. Y'all have to talk with each other and be honest with each other. That's another thing. Being honest,
Communication.
communication is really not hard. You know, as an adult, you should want to always be honest. Why hold back of how you feel? That shit go eat at you. Like I still don't understand why people lie to this day as an adult. That's what irks me is like a lot of people lie. You too grown to lie.
Keep it real.
Like keep it real. If you see something with a person, why hold your tongue back? It ain't nagging. It's like being open and honest with a person. If I can't be open and honest with you, I don't want to be with you. Because if I say something, you'll say, "Oh, he nagging again. Oh, he getting on my nerves." No, if that shit bothers me, I'm gonna say something. Like if I got to keep telling you about something that bothers me and you not trying to fix it, and even vice versa, then you go get fed up with that shit. Like I never understood like people be so quick to run to their friends or their family or run to social media and vent on social media, but the person that you live with don't know shit you talking about. That's just stupid.
I totally agree.
And then like I said, if you don't have a communication, a person will never know how you feeling and stuff like that. And if you're not communicating, the other person might switch up on you. Like shit, how I supposed to know? And to most women, it's simple communication because we can't read y'all minds. Y'all can be mad all day and we don't know what y'all talking about, but everybody else know why you mad except me. And that was another thing too. Like when I met my wife, like anytime we had problems, we talk to each other. Why go outside the house? They ain't helping us because the foundation is built inside the house. Why are problems even outside the house? Everybody know your business and stuff like that. And then, oh, I'm done with this person. Like, you done with this person, but then you telling everybody you done with this person, and 2 days later y'all back together. Like, it's just really crazy how people view marriage and not even marriage, just relationship, because you got to have that relationship. And have a relationship with a person. When I say relationship, getting to know that person. Don't just like them for appearances, sex, money, and stuff like that. Really open the book on that person. You quit loving the cover.
Right.
Because all you're doing is reading the front of the book and the back of the book and read it. And don't even read the table of contents. You don't even get deep into the book to even understand what the person on been through in life, you know, his parenting, his upbringing, all that stuff matters. Because that give a person to decide if they gonna fuck with you or not. If you being honest and open with them and you tell them everything, you have to give a person a chance to know you and to understand you, and they had a decision if they're gonna mess with you or not. Because if I tell you everything about me and I've been open and honest, and then down the line you bring that shit up, I'm gonna look at you like, damn, you knew all this stuff about me and you ain't saying that. Then why bring it up now and make a problem out of it? I gave you the decision from the beginning.
We could resolve that.
Yeah,
it could have been resolved. We just talked about it.
Like I ain't saying marriage is simple, but it's a lot of things that can make marriage simple: communication, respect, honesty. You know, the loyalty part of it. Everybody that you meet can't be that one. Some people are a lesson, and I've been through that. I've messed with a lot of women who were just lessons that sometimes I failed in relationships or that person failed in relationships, but you have to sit back. You can't jump from person to person. When you break up with one person, then 2 or 3 months down the line, you with another person, and then to my life too short. How? You ain't even got yourself the time to heal, or maybe you ain't even want that person in the first place. Like you can't keep jumping from person to person and think everybody the one.
Like that.
You have to give your time self to heal and look yourself in the mirror and just understand you. It ain't for me or nobody else to make you happy. You have to be happy yourself before you even get with a person.
Yeah.
You can't be looking for happiness in a person. How you know that person ain't even happy? How you know that person don't even love themselves or happy with their shit? So you look at it from happiness, and that's another thing. A person that's not happy, how can they even be in your life and make you happy if they not happy.
That's so true.
And every time you break up with somebody, it can't be that person's fault. You gotta hold yourself responsible too, because it's something that you doing that person is hurt, hurting you.
I agree with that.
Yeah, I was just about to touch on that. Like some people are here looking for happiness, but they're not happy themselves.
Yeah, you gotta be happy.
And the person you meet is supposed to add to your happiness.
Right.
You already be happy.
Right.
But I think that is learned through just going through life. You know what I'm saying? Like I think for me, early on, like when I got with somebody, this is me in my 20s, I didn't know. I mean, I kind of knew, but you do look for somebody. Like if you went through a bad patch, like, you know what, I'm gonna get with this person. You love them, but I also want them to make me happy. After you end that relationship and go through it, then you figure out as you learn yourself, because it's a growing process. We didn't all come out knowing like this person can't make me happy, or maybe some of y'all did. Like you try to find that in somebody. Like if you sad or depressed, this person make me feel good. So maybe this is the person I'm supposed to.
But then I feel like you giving power to that person. Like
exactly.
they can make you happy. They can piss you off that day. Your whole day messed up.
Exactly. You sad depressed. You better find you a hobby.
But I'm saying
find something to make you happy.
It's a lot of women and a lot of young girls who don't know that because they wasn't taught that. They didn't see it through the household. So if you're in a sad spot and your house is bad and you don't have nobody to go to, you try to find someone who can fill in them gaps, especially if you don't have no support. You ain't got no mama, you ain't got no daddy. You're going to go out there and try to find somebody who can fill those gaps. That's what I mean by make you happy.
Candlelight that people scared to be by themselves.
And a lot of people are scared to be by themselves because I see it a lot. Like you have to be by yourself and it's going to hurt to be by yourself, but at least you learn it from not picking the same person over and over. Like continue to pick the same type. You can sit up here and say, look, I want this and I want that. Then you go pick the opposite because you see potential. Like you see potential for 3 weeks. You know what I'm saying? Like y'all don't, like everybody has potential, but it's like
you can't marry off potential.
You can't marry off potential, and you got to stop being scared to be by yourself. You was brought into this world by yourself, so why are you scared to be by yourself, especially as an adult?
We weren't made to be by ourselves, though. That's the thing.
I agree with Kenny. My daddy said that ain't nothing on this earth want to be by itself. A plan.
We're not saying long term, but at least
long term. But to get to find out why shit ain't working out for you, you have to be by yourself and take a look into your past relationships and like, okay, what could I did better here, or what did I allow them to do to me? Right. Like you have to like find yourself because you probably was the problem you never knew. And somebody told you was the problem, you just didn't listen. But you have to look deep into yourself because at one point before I met my wife, I was by myself for 1.5 years, and I just spent that time just learning myself.
So hold on,
it's like a healing process.
Learning what I'm gonna deal with, and learning how I'm gonna proceed as a man and how to deal with a woman and stuff like that. It's just a lot of stuff you have to learn about yourself before trying to be with somebody and coexist with somebody, because you have to learn you first. And a lot of people don't do that.
Some people get so comfortable of doing everything by themselves. That's why they can't find nobody. They may have ran into the right person, but you get so comfortable in doing everything by yourself that you're emotionally unavailable. I've seen women like that. They can't find nobody because they have men too become comfortable.
We talking about short term while you learn yourself until you don't just jump from, okay, today, January 10th, you get out of a relationship January 10th. Don't be in a relationship February 1st.
I agree.
Like learn your goddamn self. Like do some things for yourself. Because at the end of the day, like you have to be true to yourself.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like true to yourself, meaning your happiness, what you're gonna tolerate, your health, all that stuff. I'm not saying be out of relationship long term. Some people don't get back to relationships until they're ready. You gotta be ready for this shit. You can't just say like, well, he ain't work out, but I already got another nigga waiting on me. Oh man, that shit, you ain't gonna, man, how?
You gotta
Miss
stop.
one, next 15, one
They
coming.
always keep on backup, man.
You gotta stop
That's
and
the problem.
self-respect.
That's the problem. Having one on backup, you ain't fully invested into the person you dealing with. And no, see, that's and that's what marriage material is. If you with a person, then you got one waiting. Oh well, I can go be with this person now because this didn't work out. You was never invested, so you ain't even no good. So why are we having this conversation if you not really gonna be true to yourself? Because being married, you have to be true to one person. How you gonna be in a relationship with one person, but then when you break up with that person, it's another dude already waiting. You was never really it.
I'm about to Liz Taylor this shit.
You was never really it. And there's a lot of chicks that be like, well, he ain't work out, but this other nigga want to fuck with me. No, he want to fuck you. He don't want to fuck with you. It's a difference. It's a lot of niggas out here want me. You know, it's a lot of niggas out here want to fuck you, and it's only one nigga that probably want to marry you.
Yeah, he preaching. Okay, Liz.
Like, y'all don't know this?
No, you telling the truth.
Oh, I was about to say.
No, so don't give that nigga too much credit.
No, because I hate when women work out, but it's a lot of niggas out here want to fuck. No, they want to fuck you. It's a difference. Like, I hate to say it, a lot of women are just fuckable.
Oh, no.
No, a lot of women are just fuckable, and y'all gonna hate me. I don't give a fuck. My wife love me, but like, if y'all really go into these barbershops and go sit with these dudes, well, we can't talk like we want to because the chicks want to bring their sons there to get their haircuts. Man, we got to fix that. But the thing is, when we be in there talking, niggas ain't, man, it's about a good 20% of women that men look out here and look at as marriage material. The rest of y'all looked at as a vibe.
So y'all gotta do some self-reflection and
y'all gotta do self-reflection. And this coming from Lance. I'm in a new year.
Don't we all do though?
Right. We all
I do
do
self-reflection every day because I'm learning how to be a better person. I learn how to be a better husband. Like, you learn every day something new to help out your situation. A lot of people get content, whether they're in relationships or marriage or they just by themselves. Like, you have to learn more about yourself every day. Life is about living and learning. And you got to do that shit. You got to do that. Like, don't look, man.
Take a sip of water, man.
Right.
No, we're dry than a motherfucker.
Right.
When you stop cussing.
Look, man.
Preach your legs.
The fellas, y'all, as in life, y'all already knew dudes is always gonna be dudes. But to the sisters, to all ladies, like, certain shit might get you a man. A lot of shit ain't gonna keep you a man.
Ain't gonna get you a husband.
I don't give a fuck how much I don't give a fuck how you, but
you get you a man, but it won't get you a husband.
It won't just get you a husband. Being loud.
Oh shit.
Twerking everywhere.
You about
the excess surgeries. Calling men bitches, disrespectful to the man. Every man ain't your baby daddy. Like, that because he ain't shit doesn't mean the next man ain't shit. And like,
look at their face.
So
like,
she can't. So she can't get no surgery, but you can make 20 grand.
Look, listen what I'm saying. When it comes to the surgery and stuff like that, I get it. Chicks want to feel good about themselves, but a lot of men don't give a fuck about that shit. That ain't gonna keep us.
They ain't doing it for
what if she doing it for herself?
Right.
Do it for yourself, but a lot of women are like, I got this ass and I can get any man I want to. Nah, you can get fucked. But like, not me. Chances you meet somebody, mama, she probably meet you like he probably tell you to stay in the car and I'll be right back. But mama just to the car. But chances of you coming to Thanksgiving dinner, you might get invited to Thanksgiving dinner. The nigga might just be like, shit, and I'm gonna bring around the fam for a man. I'm gonna play games with her and stuff like that. Blah blah blah.
See, Les, Hold on, Les, because you married, and so you messing it up right now for a lot of guys that ain't married.
I'm not messing up for guys.
Mikey said you're giving a
I'm just
blueprint.
joking, man. You good?
I'm not messing up for the guys.
Man, I think
Like
women.
most men go look at you. I ain't finished.
Oh,
Miss Allen, I'm gonna be respectful because that's your husband. But you better get him.
Nah, this my last point. This my last point.
Got it all black on. He ready. He came ready today.
Right.
That's
Nah,
an everyday occurrence.
No, let me make this last point. I'm gonna get off. Quit thinking every little thing you do is makes you marriage material. You doing marriage material as a single woman to dudes you just fucking. Like that don't make you marriage material. You just doing a lot for the nigga. And dudes might get mad because I'm spilling the shit, but like it's reality. Like a lot of women look at themselves as like, man, I'm marriage material, or this nigga like me. This nigga in my inbox. Nigga just trying to fuck. But y'all go ahead though.
You might. I mean, you talking about some shit.
Your wife to the inbox.
You talking about some she sitting in the car. You might as well take her in and meet your mama because she probably the reason why you the way you is anyway. If you are glutton,
I'm flabbergasted.
and you lead a chick in the car, that mean your mama.
Nah, blow your shit out. Don't call my mama.
That mean your mammy ain't taught you no respect anyway, because any woman
mama ain't teach y'all no respect because the way that your mama taught a lot of y'all wrong anyway.
Les, I'm talking, so shut up.
Okay.
Any woman you felt comfortable enough to lay with, but she can't go in there and meet your snagger-tooth mama. What that say about your mama? Like Lynetta said, some of these mamas for everybody. Don't get why I can't meet your mama? True. You have 4 uncles all your life. You might as well let me meet her because she for everybody too. Like, let's not get it construed like she's some upstanding citizen. Take me in there to meet her. She didn't met the last 10.
Can I rebuttal?
Be worthy.
I'm gonna be honest with y'all. A lot of y'all mamas didn't teach y'all how to be women anyway, because some of the mamas wasn't women from the beginning to begin with, so they was lost for the jump.
That's hey.
You know what I'm saying? Like at the end
go
of the
both
day,
ways though.
At the end of the day, a man choose who he really want to fuck with. He could fuck with 5 women, but it's probably 1 out of that 5. He be like, man, I'm gonna leave all y'all alone and fuck with this one. It's our choice. It's our choice because like it's more than just like marriage. It's more of a friendship too. Y'all forget about the friendship, the ups and downs, the talks, the smiles and everything. Like, don't just want to be married. Be cherished.
Agreed.
Any
strong relationship should start off
with a strong friendship.
The foundation to be a friendship.
The person,
and that because you met my mama don't mean you the one.
Tell everything.
That's why they said the mama for everybody.
Nah, that mama ain't for everybody. I probably brought you around to mama house because I needed a spades partner. You never know. Like for real though. Like mama, like where you at? We about to play spades. I'm like, man, I got this little chick with me, but I'm gonna need that partner though. She probably get us 8 books. Like that will be good.
Oh, you stupid. So here's the thing. Sammy said, I want to meet the mama and daddy. I need to know who I'm dealing with. And this is the thing.
Yeah,
lady.
you do. You need to get the history. She right.
Here's the thing, lady. If after 30 days or 2 months, if he always coming to your house and y'all spend a lot of time together, if you ain't met his people or at our age and you ain't met vice versa, that's when you need to get out of there, because I need you to meet my people and I need to meet yours. If we just kicking it, okay, say that. But if you want to play like I'm serious and I'm making you meals and he still ain't took you home to meet his mama,
30 days.
I don't know about it. Take me a little longer than that, but
whatever your time frame is. If a man is consuming all of your time, you need to be able to meet his mama.
Lonita said, "What if the parents are dead?" That's a good question.
That's different.
That's different.
You can't meet them.
You can't. But there was somebody there who raised you.
Yeah.
There was somebody in your life who played that part.
He always coming to your house. He always going, all of that. Like, yeah, if I can't see where you.
No, that ain't true, because when I met my wife, like, she used to always come to my house. I could never come to hers, and she'll tell you I almost broke up with her because, huh?
I understand that for a woman, she had to know that you were serious. Once it's at that point where I feel like, okay, I may take him serious and we move into a different stage. I ain't saying as soon as you meet somebody, go take her to meet your mama. But if you consuming all that woman time and she good enough to cook you some meals and you always in her face and in her place, yeah, I need to meet your people. And I need to see where you lay your head at. You might have a whole girlfriend and you coming over here to get away from her.
And that's what I was about to cut. That's what I was about to cut into. Janiqua Hunter said people be fake though, and they do. They be pretending.
Mm-hmm.
They be pretending to act like they really mess with you for ulterior motives and stuff like that. And that's where they can get hard at, because you don't know who is who and what is what. But eventually it'll show its head though. You know what I'm saying?
You only can have for so long. It's gonna come out because you're gonna have to eventually be yourself.
Yeah. But how long into it do you have to, they reveal?
When you feel like you are being hurt by something and it ain't nothing moving, you need to get on down the road. So now if you just playing around with them and it's a good time, stay as long as you want. But if you know you want a husband and ain't nothing moving, I advise you to get on down the road, because Trey Sean ain't about nothing. That's just, I mean, for me, what was it? I didn't get married, but we dated 3 years, got engaged 3 years. He met my dad when we figured out we wanted to be serious, and he met my people. Like, if I can't meet your people and you in my face every day and I'm cooking you, frying you chicken every time you come over here, yeah, we got some problems.
Chicken part good.
My chicken good, and I can play spades.
No. That ain't enough though. That ain't enough for me.
And I can get her some books. Yeah, I will keep her. Let me see. Derek said his family batshit crazy. Well, she may need to see that.
Yeah.
My family, like everybody, family crazy, but shit, it's worth it, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it depends on the level of craziness.
So, yeah, so let me say this, and this is no shade, because you have some people who have bad families and able to come up out of that. But if you meet a person and you side-eye them and then you go around the mama and she buck wild, chances are you're going to have a longer time. You're going to do more raising to me than being in a relationship. You know what I'm saying? Just like you have to look at the stock of the family. If it looks like, they for the most part got it together, cool. But if you go in and it's buck wild, yeah, you may have some challenges.
Got to keep your eyes open.
I want to get into marriage when it's kids from both sides coming to one. And I think I want Tania to elaborate on that, because she's actually one of the ones that's living that life. How is that?
Can I read y'all this thing off Instagram first? And I know y'all can be like, Ebony always going to the money, but I don't care. Say what you want about me.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay, so here's my thing, and let me see if the ladies agree, and I'm sure the men will disagree. Men with money and resources don't worry about gold diggers, because gold diggers don't exist to them. A gold digger to a rich man is just a woman who is properly provided for. Gold diggers only exist to men with no actual means to provide. She is a poor man's fantasy. No such thing as a gold digger. That was a name made by men to control women. So she won't have to ask for anything, and he won't have to give anything in return.
Yeah, feminist.
Yeah, Tania, what you were saying? Dog over here reading this shit, man. I ain't got time for them little weak ass memes.
It's not a meme.
So, hey, Lonita said, "Fuck them kids," but go ahead.
I want to see what the people think.
Micah said she's a gold digger.
Definitely thinks it's a gold digger. It's gold diggers. Well, you can say what Jamie Foxx said. I ain't saying she a gold digger. You know the rest. That's what you're saying, Ebony?
It ain't about being broke. Can you provide for this lifestyle you want?
The lifestyle you provide for the lifestyle you want.
Listen. You want me to cook? This is the thing where it ain't saying all men. You will go out and be like, man, she don't cook. Man, she don't wash my clothes. Man, she don't do this. But you want her to work 80 hours, take care of the whole.
Just 40.
Every 2 weeks.
Every 2 weeks.
80 hours, every 2 weeks, do everything at the house, and all you got to do is go to work and then pay half these bills. That's fair?
I hate chicks who want a 6-figure man, but they ain't even a
It ain't about
six-figure
six
man
figures.
type.
You should be a
Going
team
to the
effort
dollar
with
now.
no. It's gotta
It
be a
ain't
team
about
effort.
6 figures.
But listen to what I'm saying. Listen to what I just said. I don't like, women saying I want a 6-figure man, but then they not even a 6-figure man type.
I was about to say that. And this
Mhm.
guy on there said that, like, you want a
What
6
makes women
figure
think they're a
man?
6-figure man type?
I
What
don't
makes
know,
you?
man.
And it better not be WAP, because WAP ain't gonna get you nothing but that far. It might get you a good 10 fucks, but like you ain't gonna be married.
Oh, no. All right, carry on. Next topic. I'll let the comments what they think.
Answer my question. It's
What?
a lot of women. It's a lot of women 6-figure man types.
No,
How you know that 6-figure?
I agree with you when you say that a lot of men want, a lot of women want 6-figure men, but they not that type. Like maybe he don't like the way you look, maybe he don't like the way you carry yourself, maybe you not educated, maybe you got roaches, all type of stuff. I agree with that, but that's vice versa too. Y'all want this woman with all this together, and y'all making $5,000-$10,000 a year.
I just wanted a good woman, and it ain't required much to be good. See, when men describe a good woman, and you get a nice woman who's respectful, who's, who has goals, who love herself, who love her family, who willing to do certain things. But when a woman want a man, you get a whole book.
Sammy said, who is these women? Most women I know personally just want a good man. So what's your definition of is he a good man?
What's the definition of a good man?
If he stay at home, can a good man stay at home and don't provide, but he good, like, babysitting and washing clothes? Is that
no? A good man, one of the qualities got to be drive. He gotta have drive.
He gotta have drive. He got to be able.
Gotta have drive.
I personally don't think a man don't feel like a man. It's gonna be some insecurities that come along if he can't provide for his household. I don't mean he got to pay all the bills and he got to be rich, but a man wants to feel like a man. He wants to be able to say, "I lead my household."
You can't be no stay-at-home husband.
Whatever your situation, whatever works for your household, but at the end of the day, he still want to lead. You can't be sitting at home eating bun buns and she tell you to go. I don't know, man.
A lot of them already got stay-at-home dudes. Ooh. PS5 in it. Yeah. And that's a good man to them. As long as he ain't out there entertaining other chicks, he at home just shit.
He ain't got no gas money.
Shit, that's a good man to some women. As long as he around to help the kids.
Sammy said a good man provides, protects, and he doesn't have to be rich. I agree with that. He don't have to be rich. He just provide. I agree.
Alex said, what if a man wants a woman with 6 figures?
Oh God.
Is he making 6?
As long as you making 6, then hey, that's cool.
No, he got to be making something though. You can't be making 20,000.
If a man wants a woman with 6 figures, he want to put on a dress?
Oh, I put on a dress.
So we can't have a standard. See, that's what I'm saying.
No, earlier.
Like, who the hell are you to have all these demands?
Yeah, please come on in.
Said, women don't got this, women don't got that. What y'all bringing to the table? She bringing 6 figures. What they gonna bring? What y'all gonna bring?
Right.
You better have you gonna brew my bath and feed me my food and all that.
Man, I don't need all that. Y'all keep saying that.
You
it's cool to have that, but that's like
he said his point exactly why we can't have standards.
Because you a man. Some things as a man.
You gotta be fucked up. Because we a man. He can't have standards. You crazy as hell.
Yeah,
man.
He can have standards. He talking about he want a woman to make 6 figures. Okay, see how that 6-figure woman do you, baby.
All Alex saying is why a man can't have standards.
What's wrong?
I would hope they have standards.
Right.
And so just because
it's only fair.
That make 6 figures, all make 6 figures, what you saying? We don't deserve a woman that makes six figures unless we make six figures.
You going out searching for a woman who makes six figures?
Y'all going out searching for men who making six figures?
I'm looking for happiness. I'm looking for.
I make 50,000 a year. I can't get a woman that makes six figures and we be happy.
You can't.
If that's what you want.
Everybody's situation is unique.
Right. If that's what you want.
Long as you providing and protecting.
We both providing. I'm providing her with love, security, comfort, stability. I mean,
so Drake said love is based on a person's financial situation. In this day, Drake, it is a lot of people base their love of a relationship off of finances, and that's what I'm saying.
Drake, it's not based on financial.
It's not.
A lot of people
it's way more to it. It's not just financial.
Candlelight said, she said, I don't want a stay-at-home man. F that. I'm working, you working, dog.
A lot of man, I'm gonna just go ahead and break it down what it is. A lot of women can't get man because they want to be the man.
Oh, here we go.
Don't nobody want to be no man.
A lot of women want to be the man. They want to act like a man.
But then we gotta deal with these fucking Spice Girls out here. These guys come with these.
You know what?
That's not true.
Here's my thing. You know why that came into play? Because because some of these men.
I love women, but like I
some of
see
these
some of
men
y'all
have
characteristics. You can't be out here acting. Look, man.
Alex, come out. Yeah, they do. Alex,
that's not.
What's going on, Alex? You. What's your situation?
Y'all.
Hey, Alex, you
a lot of women wouldn't have to take Liz, on some real shit. A lot of women wouldn't have to take that stance or feel that way if these niggas leave.
Hello, somebody.
Yeah, that's true.
Let church say amen.
So hold on, be leadable also though.
We are, but properly lead.
No, everybody. Some of y'all don't want to be led. Like y'all want to be men.
It's so many men.
Be submissive then. If you want to
be submissive to the right one.
They don't want to be that either. They want to be niggas. They want to be
the right
with a woman's heart.
Say you want somebody to lead, but you're not being submissive.
I don't.
It's submissive to lead properly.
I don't know. I would say 90% of women would love to be submissive to a man. It's just human nature. Women are natures. God made woman for man. So it's naturally, this is the man and he out fighting tigers and doing all those things. He's the tough protective part. And I'm the nurturer. Man,
we out here.
The roles have flipped, and the men have dropped the balls. You sitting at home playing PS5, bringing in 20,000, and I'm paying all the bills, and then you don't treat me like a man. That's your responsibility to get that submission. It's not my responsibility to give it to you just because you got a third leg, cuz.
Right.
Put yourself in a position to be submitted to.
Jesus out there.
That's so true. Come on, Eb. See.
Now enough is enough.
Like we done had it. We'll be submissive.
Nah.
Alex said he just keeps it real.
I mean, I just don't understand where, like.
Sammy said, where the leaders at?
Some of y'all don't want to be led. Some of y'all want to be the leaders and have a man. You can't do that.
I gotta know, because in their eyes, you gotta make X amount of dollars
to lead them. That's true, Kenny.
You gotta make X amount of dollars for me to be submissive to you. Y'all keep bringing up this $20,000 number, or whatever it's 30 or 40, whatever it is. From what I'm getting is, you gotta be bringing in X amount of dollars for me to be submissive.
They ain't saying nothing, and I'm seeing all these comments from women. They don't want to be loved. They want to be led without love.
They want to be bought.
I can go get a dog to do that.
They want to be bought.
You can't lead nobody without love. You got to have love.
What y'all telling me on these comments and what y'all telling me on the screen is y'all can be bought.
Exactly.
Oh,
what?
I can buy you.
I think 6 figures can buy a lot of y'all.
You gotta be real with yourself. How much?
Look in the mirror and ask yourself if you worth a 6-figure man. If you worth a man, at all.
Y'all are listening to respond instead of listening to
understand.
Exactly. Nobody
else. That's the problem. That's the problem. Y'all talk too much. Y'all ain't listening to nothing Kenny said.
No, y'all not listening. When we first got on here.
Because at the end of the day, it's the women the ones that want to be married. A man gonna marry you if he want to marry you, but he ain't gotta be married. A lot of y'all
Right, a
looking for
woman
this
don't
shit.
We
either.
don't either.
You think a woman?
No, a lot of women looking for that shit. A lot of
If
women
their
looking for
goal is
marriage.
marriage, then I don't know.
What you mean you don't know? What
I
you
don't like
want?
the way
What
you
you
think
want out of
about
life?
women.
Say it, Tania.
I sound like the way he think about women.
No, it ain't that what I think about when I say a lot of women want to be married, but they don't have an understanding of themselves to be married because they don't have an understanding of the opposite sex.
And clearly the man don't have an understanding of what it's like to be a man and lead. If everything we say
He
is
probably
that
don't want to lead nobody. He probably just want to fuck.
If when you hear a woman talk, all you hear her say is that you have to be rich to lead and be married. That's not
a lot of y'all ain't even saying nothing about the love and none of the
To be
happiness.
married.
Keep about a $20,000 brother and a six figure and all that stuff. Y'all ain't saying nothing about love, happiness,
Okay,
none
so
of that stuff.
That goes without saying.
let's remove the financial aspect of it.
If you ain't got nothing, remove the financial aspect and let them. Now, give me y'all comments. What marriage is to y'all without the financials?
A man would drive.
You gotta be equally yoked, first of all.
That's true. That's true.
Like y'all gotta both
Go
bring
ahead.
something to the table. Like I'm not about to be bringing all this to the table and you sitting back just doing nothing. Like y'all both gotta have drive and inspiration. Like what are we talking about?
Look, man.
Like Sammy said, let's take money out of the equation. Yes, we want someone financially stable, but it's also about love and respect as well.
Right.
Now, can you look at yourself in the mirror and think you deserve love and respect?
All black women deserve love and respect.
Listen.
All black women deserve love and respect.
Why would you?
He's sitting up here talking like we some knuckleheads up here.
I'm not even talking about y'all.
I'm talking. You act like we just some ragamuffin chicks up here looking for a come up.
Right.
Man, I ain't say that about y'all. See now y'all playing with Les emotions. I wasn't thinking y'all like that.
What we're saying is at this stage in the game where we're at, and I think a lot of because we're millennials and all that, and I think a lot of people who follow us are at this stage in the game. If I'm going to be in a marriage, love and respect is the foundation because we all went through a whole bunch of life and been in bad situations. We able to kind of see now like this is the foundation. It has to be love. It has to be respect. Y'all can take the financial piece off the table. Go ahead. But why would I get into a union with somebody who we can't do nothing for each other? I can love a bunch of people. What's the point? You might as well just date this person. Why would you bring that in your house?
What you mean do nothing for you?
Mentally, physically, and financially.
So Alex said the real question is, are y'all ladies in a relationship? And if so, for how long?
No.
I'm single.
So as you can tell, most of the women on here don't have husbands by the
comment. Tania got a husband. Let her speak, Kenny.
I'm joking.
Kenny, you ain't got no wife either.
It ain't about, but this is where we getting off track at. Look.
We ain't off track. We on track.
It may not be everybody want to be married in life, so they gonna live how they want to live. But you got to start asking yourself, and it goes back to looking at yourself in the mirror. Are you even marriage material to the standard of African American standards?
What's those standards? What's specify?
Whatever you make it, right? So, like, if a man tells you, look, we could be cool and all that, but I want to be in a relationship and stuff like that. You can't be mad and down the line if he keep telling you this stuff in a relationship and he don't want to be married. Man, know if they want to marry you off the first 6 months in my eyes. Should they know off rip? Like, once they get to learning you and stuff, they know. So if you're in 7 or 8 year relationships and thinking it's gonna happen, 9 times out of 10, it ain't gonna happen. If it do, it's because you probably don't nag the nigga to death.
So I got 2 questions real quick for Dawson and for Jones. Mm-hmm. I'm pretty sure I know the answer, but y'all think y'all marriage material?
I think I got some good qualities.
Is that a
Is
yes?
Alex married? Like, why is that a big question? I am married and I bring a lot to the table. In fact, I have several different businesses.
Who said
Me,
money?
me and my husband, like we have,
What else you
you
bring?
know, huh?
What else you bring? We ain't say nothing about no
I'm
businesses.
still talking and you keep cutting me off though.
My bad, my G. I just want you to get to the nitty gritty.
Wow.
Jesus Christ.
Go ahead. But you got 8 businesses. Go ahead.
I didn't say 8, but
Oh,
I think that I bring a lot of stability to his life. He's an actual truck driver, so whatever he can't do, I do in the household, and we provide together. So it's a lot that goes into that. So everybody not just money, money. In fact, I don't think that's what anyone said up here. It's about money, but the comments just keep talking about money. That's not what's being said.
y'all no. It was Jones talking about money too. Her life is based on you got to be with her. The first question she gonna ask you is how much you make.
So you saying that you should be with somebody that don't got no income coming in, doing nothing with their life?
What I'm saying. That's what I'm
Like,
saying.
why
Y'all
we
ain't
can't
listening.
Now you reaching.
No, that don't make sense to me.
Y'all reaching, because I never said you have to be a millionaire and make 6 figures.
I ain't say a millionaire either.
To 6 figures for me to marry you. What I said is you have to be able to provide for your household. And if that takes the both of us, fine, because we're going to pick up where each other left off. If I get with somebody who makes 20,000, hopefully I have enough in me because I love him so much that we can get him to where he wanted, because I'm sure he don't want a wife and he only has making 20,000 a year. It's all about being a come up. Y'all want to take this financial thing out the equation. And it's absolutely part of the equation when you go into a marriage. That's why your taxes and all that is filed together. If money wasn't an issue in marriage, they wouldn't put all that together. Y'all want to take it out and y'all go there and y'all just want a nigga with some money. Why would you want somebody who can't provide for you, and vice versa? Whatever you bring, it's all about what's your 50-50.
So can I ask you a question?
100.
That's what I'm about to say. You got to put 100 in it from both sides.
I mean, I do understand the financial aspect. I just mess with you, Jones, because finance is the number one reason for divorce.
It is.
I do understand when you talk about you want a man that can provide or take care of the house. But you got to think back when it was the Cosby's. Claire was a lawyer. Both of them was bringing money to the table. I mean, so even if Cliff stopped being a doctor, she still had enough to cover the house.
You making my whole point. All of us sitting up here are educated and have enough work experience that if my husband or whatever couldn't provide, I'm not gonna let the lights cut off and we starving. But for me to be the one carrying a household, that's just not how I want my household to run.
Yeah, because my household, in my household, like she don't have to be Claire Huxtable, but I don't want no Aunt Viv either. You know what I'm saying? Like I never wanted a stay-at-home wife, or not. I won't say that. Like if a man could have his wife stay at home, that'd be cool. But it's like I said, there's women out here with drive that want their own because they was empowered by a strong woman that raised them. You know what I'm saying? Like you can't knock that type of woman, and I never knocked the type of woman who provide for their own and stuff like that. It's the other parts that in a relationship you got to come with. You know what I'm saying?
Derek said, but look at our ancestors. They were dirt poor, but had years of happy marriages. Do you know if those marriages were happy?
I don't know if they were happy.
And then
there's a lot of cheating again.
Exactly. He had a whole nother woman too on the side. That part,
another family.
Bread was 15 cents a loaf too.
So Alex said that's another thing. Y'all don't help a man get to the next level nowadays. Y'all don't want to help the man start his business. Y'all want him to have it from the jump.
Oh, Alex, you just gotta let that hurt go.
That's not true.
That ain't hurt.
He
being real. Because why we gotta help y'all if y'all can't help us?
We will help. We will help if we see him trying.
Well, we ain't building no women.
I don't mind helping. If I see a man trying, then I'm gonna help. I don't mind.
So here's the thing. So
but we gotta push each other.
A woman don't can help a man, but if he's
but we supposed to push each other.
A man with nothing.
He said Bill was a lawyer too. James and Florida were poor. Florida did not work though. Florida stayed home, and James stressed out every episode because he wanted to provide for his family.
Florida the kids stressed out James.
Again, you saw, and
he stayed in Chicago.
Right. In good times, you saw that James was the provider of the household, and the woman stayed home and tended to the kids in the household. That's what good times was about.
It was good times.
Man, look,
hard times.
A lot of time women want to build, man, to who they want them to be, man. Nah, that man ain't acceptable to that. You gotta let that man be who he is. That's who you figure out if that man worth being married to or not. Because
if he ain't the one, that ain't, maybe if you see something, but you don't marry off potential. But if he already, you see that drive in him, cool. Right. But you don't. If you don't see it in him, don't try to build him up. I mean, you can build him up once you see that he has that potential, but to take somebody who don't want to do nothing and try your damnedest to get him to your level,
that's not gonna work.
The game, I wouldn't waste no time with that.
Cash y'all a question.
Mm-hmm.
Would y'all marry a man who don't have a relationship with his kids?
No. He don't have a relationship with his child, or
he barely see his kids?
No, absolutely not.
That'd have to be a conversation, because I can't say that, because sometimes it could be the woman. You have to have a conversation.
Mm-hmm. I mean, that's different if the woman play a part with him not having a relationship, but then that's why they got courts. So.
But sometimes you can be the woman that help him to be able to see his kids.
Possibly, yeah.
Sammy said that comes natural, trying to help the man you love. That's what I'm saying. Like,
exactly.
If you see something in him, like at the end of the day, take off the money and everything else. If you know the stock of that man is good and he ain't exactly where he's supposed to be, cool. Right. But if you just cool with laying around and I'm coming in and you eating bonbons and doing all of that.
What are bonbons?
You remember those things in the pack? Remember play with children? No. Yeah. Let's see.
You said don't mess with the guy with potential.
Yeah, what?
One of y'all said about the guy that has the potential. Don't mess with him.
Don't marry for potential.
So I don't know. Just thinking about that, a man never truly can even reach his full potential without the woman. So you wouldn't not even give us a try to help me elevate myself to my fullest potential because of where I'm at now or where I'm not at.
That's just like me. That's just like me looking for you to make me happy. That's something you got to do on your own. You want me to marry you to give you the drive to want to do something? That's just like me.
Already had that drive.
You should already had that drive.
You already had that drive.
Can y'all do? Oh, she said, can we do a 2-part? Come on up here, Angel. That's my cousin. It's her last name Hunter in there. She's married.
Oh, she okay. Let's build. I'm with her. Let's build.
So Sammy said, when them papers hit, it states Mr. or Mr. And so if Mrs. and so, men keep trying to make themselves equal. I agree. They come first. And this is me. I'm not equal with my husband. He is the lead and I'm his backup. I'm gonna pick up wherever he can. I'm not equal with my husband. That's just not what I want. Like, it's my preference. My man is the head. And that respect I give him because I respect his position and he respect mine.
So where did we go wrong? Because a lot of women try to tell man how to be man. How can you tell me how to be a man?
Who wants to do that?
Right.
Like a lot of women
I gotta tell you how to be a man.
A lot of women be saying, well, man should do this, man should do that. And a lot of times a woman didn't even know they daddy.
Come on up here. Sorry, Liz. Come on up here, Alex, next time. Come on up, because I want my one-on-one with you, cuz. That's old crip, cuz.
Why? Okay, you gotta specify. Like, what you mean?
No, so
how to be a man.
So sometimes I ask women, like, you know, sometimes I ask women, be like, well, he don't know how to be a man. A man's supposed to do this, a man's supposed to do that. How you know?
Nigga,
We know
I
we
don't have to
we
tell
know
you to
what
take
we
the trash
expect.
out.
Right.
That shit been piled up to the ceiling. It been a mouse in the basement on the trap for weeks, and your ass ain't went down there to got it off. Bitch, ooh, I almost cussed. You running with me?
You picked that man.
Just out your household. If you hear a knock at the door, go down there to the door first. Open the door for your woman. Don't let her walk on the edge of the street.
Right.
All that. I
Little
don't
things.
have to tell my
Little
man to
stuff.
do all that stuff. I don't have to tell you to come get the groceries out the trunk. I didn't wrap 6 bags around my arm.
You know what
Hey,
that
you
is
ain't got
called?
it.
That's called a nigga. See, it's a difference. It's a nigga, then it's a man. Y'all need to start figuring
Well,
out
if we
what's
got a
going on.
man, we don't have to tell him what to do. If we have an actual man,
Y'all so used to dealing with niggas, y'all don't know what a man is.
So you asked us.
Not saying y'all, I'm saying like in general, some women in general, they so used to the nigga, when they do get a man, they still act off if they were still with that nigga. Feel me?
Okay, so my cousin said, and I agree. And this is the thing, and I like, how do you know what it takes to be a man? I've had my dad, I've had uncles, you had granddaddy. She said that my granddad set a standard, and I agree with that. Like I said, those certain things, you going to get the groceries out there. When your wife come home from the grocery store, you see a certain standards in a man as a kid, like, oh, he opened the door for his woman. He take the trash out without grandma having to ask him 10 times. That's the standard for a man. That irritates me. Like, how do you know what a man's supposed to do? I don't like that. Somebody should have told you, because I don't want to have to tell you. What woman wants to nag a man and feel like she want to be in that much control? I got to tell you how to be a man. Who wants to do that?
It's like having another kid. You might as well have another kid.
Hello.
You might as well give me a pit bull. Go pee on that pad, nigga.
Some pit bull puppies.
So y'all know what a man is.
I've had men.
I'm sure we had examples of men in our lives.
I've had great examples.
Just like you had an example of some of the standards you would want your woman to have. You don't want to have to tell her not to go out in pajama pants because maybe your mother didn't do that. You saw that she fixed her hair when she went to the grocery. You know, just.
But that's the struggle though. Like a lot of times, this word comes in at too. It was how you was raised and how that person was raised. That can come into a conflict too, because a lot of people were raised to think what they believe their parents and grandparents said was true. But when you get out into this real world and start dating stuff, a lot of stuff they taught us was not true. You know what I'm saying? Like it's a lot of things you have to. That's why you have to, when you're with a person, you come together and you compromise to what it's going to be, because we was taught different. You know, I might have been taught to put all the water in the sink with the soap and then put the dish in there. You might have been taught to wipe, clean dishes dish by dish. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of stuff that when we come together, we weed out the stuff that makes us uncomfortable. You know what I'm saying? You learn each other. At the end of the day, you learning each other. Keyword, learn and communicate and just try to be with one another. Don't try to like figure me out. Ask. You don't have to go behind my back to get to know me.
And I think it's a way. I think it's a way that you talk to the person that you do it. That's something I learned too. So here's the thing: if for some reason, because we're not gonna take all their standards, because while I may have seen some of the standards from my dad or the people I was raised by, I also seen some things I didn't like. Like, yeah, he take out the trash, but he ain't coming home every night. So it's those little pieces that you take from, like, okay, so
you your daddy.
I'm just saying in general.
Oh, about to say your daddy had the hose.
He did have the hose.
Your daddy had the hose, didn't he? But he took the trash out though. You ain't had to tell him.
My parents divorced when I was like 2. I'm talking about just other examples, like the bare minimum of things. Like, and if I come to you because your mama didn't tell you to take the trash out without her asking, if I come to you and say, hey, babe, look, I don't want to have to ask you to take this trash out. Don't feel like she trying to control me. Nigga, if you would have took it out, you want me to just let it pile up so not to hurt your insecurities?
It's your fault. It's your fault. I'm gonna tell you why. You shouldn't even get to the point where you at with a man that won't take trash out without knowing that way before then. He shouldn't even get to the point where he take your trash out if he haven't showed you that he know how to do those things already.
Look, it's a red flag for me if you leave trash on my table.
Huh?
I said it's almost a red flag for me if you leave my house and leave trash on my table.
And that's the problem. Everything can't be a red flag.
I said it's almost a red flag for me.
No,
you missed that almost.
The thing about it is, I see a lot of women do it. Y'all will meet a man and pick out all the wrong things about the man. Y'all don't look at the good shit. Y'all try to find all the bad
We
things.
actually do look at the good stuff.
That's dumb.
We look at the good stuff.
Take the trash out.
But we also look at the little shit too.
The question is, are you marriage material? Ain't nobody gave me an answer.
I said I got good qualities. I think I am.
Give me your
you don't sound confident because Ebony was like, yeah. Jones was like, yeah, I think I am. You was like, well, I got good qualities. I'm like,
we all got some flaws. I got things I got to work on, but I think
if you want me to get real loud about it,
no,
yes,
not you, Jones.
I do.
Hold on, Jones. I'm talking about the women in my comments and y'all. Y'all ain't gave me an answer yet.
So here's the thing with me. I know I have some things as far as
I got things to work on.
But at the stock.
Oh, you ain't marriage material then. Work on it.
We all got something to work on, but down eliminate us from being marriage material.
But at the stock of me, I absolutely am marriage material. I'm gonna be loyal to my husband. I'm gonna respect the man who can lead. I'm gonna nurture him like he nurtures me. It's a give and take thing. You water me, I'm gonna water you back. That's that thing. Just make each other feel good, and we Gucci. I absolutely am. I'm not about to be cheating on my husband. I ain't about to. He gonna have drawers and socks in the drawer. Like, I'm a nurturer.
You gonna iron these drawers though.
I'm not gonna iron no drawers. I feel like I'm a nurturer and I want to take care of my man. Remember, y'all said I was a nurse because I said I'll wipe his booty if he got sick.
Yeah,
I'm gonna clip his toenails.
Nah, my G.
So Alex said, what's your flaws? I guess he asking me. We all got some flaws. I mean, because I've been on my own for so long, I can't be that too independent woman.
You're not leadable.
That's not a flaw, though.
I've learned. Listen here, Kenny. I am leadable.
Greg talking about Greg said they don't know. I'm guessing. Greg, I didn't watch you a couple of times. It's like you want to come up here and windmill too? Cause you giving up.
Yeah. And my patience is short sometimes.
I see my comments, like when I ask what no one ever y'all giving me what y'all think if y'all married material, but what happened to the women that was
in the comments?
Yeah, that was talking because okay, I'm definitely married to. I brought the table. Now he got to consider that I can do my part if he doing. I see you. What's her name? Janiqua?
Angel. Well, yeah, her name's Janiqua, but we call her Angel. That's.
I go by the Facebook name.
That was good.
You, Janiqua.
He got aesthetic. I like that.
She said it. She said, "I feel her."
Jones not bad on the table though.
Are y'all looking in the mirror at yourselves? Why, you know what I'm saying?
Pow pow.
I self-reflect.
Are y'all self-reflecting?
I self-reflect.
You can't keep jumping man to man looking for that one thing.
You got to figure out what
you got to preserve. You got to preserve yourself, and you know what I'm saying. Everybody can't get the goods.
Like a car, if I want to get you, you got 200,000 on you. I mean, it's like, think about when you get in the car. Do you want a car that got 200,000 miles on it?
Drop a new engine. God damn it.
If you got to keep getting a new engine, that motherfucker need to be trashed.
Okay, Alex really want to windmill with us, Dawson. He said, so why y'all ladies not marriage if y'all marriage material?
I think I run into the wrong.
And he said
that.
Maybe they haven't met the right man.
Exactly. I run into the wrong
man. Or maybe they just not the right woman. You ever thought of it?
Liz, you ain't let us answer the question.
Maybe they're not married.
You ain't let us answer the question. He asked us.
Y'all taking too long. Y'all supposed to be
talk.
Okay, so here's Snag right here. Miss Allen is a good woman and she snagged him. And some of y'all out here married and y'all just married because y'all ain't got nothing else to do. So why some of us are not married, maybe we have qualifications that need to be met, and some of y'all just out here looking for a husband Alex, you got a wife?
And then you got a lot of damaged men out here who ain't even properly healed. No,
Everybody, I don't think everybody has been damaged. I was never damaged.
I'm not saying every man. I say you have a lot of
I know a
damaged
married
men
couple
out
that's
here.
struggling.
But a lot of people ain't sounding confident to if they're marriage material. You remember the movie Malcolm X? He was like, "I am Malcolm X." Y'all supposed to be like, "I am marriage material." I'm not hearing that. I'm hearing, well, I need to work on some things, blah blah blah. That's cool. Just say, look, right
Okay,
now I'm not there.
but we
I
all
can talk
Not
about
you,
that.
Professor.
you said what?
Who?
You.
What you mean? Why you mad at me?
Was you
I
married?
found myself.
You Professor now. Go ahead.
I'm not professor. I'm just saying, like,
I
even
think
if I wasn't
I think
married, I can
okay, man.
honestly own my shit. Like, look, I'm not married because maybe it's something about me. You know what I'm
But
saying?
maybe
Like,
they're working on themselves, like they said.
but you can't be. This is what I'm saying. I'm not talking about Ebony Jones, Ebony. I'm talking about some women out here be like, I'm working on myself, but you still messing with 3 or 4 men. You ain't working on yourself because working on yourself requires self-reflection and being alone to see yourself in the mirror and being like, damn, man, it was me. Reflecting on the past relationship. That means you ain't learned nothing from the previous relationships if you keep jumping and jumping. And then still talking about you want a husband. No, you want yourself.
I
You
agree.
go find yourself.
Yeah, that's
That's
true.
real.
That's so
And then
true.
I'm gonna just throw this out there. Some of y'all married and ain't marriage material. Y'all just got lucky.
Hello?
Right,
Because I know a bunch of hoes out here booed up.
right.
Yeah, it be the hoes though. The hoes, the ones that's out here.
You know why?
and
Because
that's
they have no standard.
Exactly.
I can go out. Let me just keep it all the way real. And some people ain't gonna like it. I can go find any nigga to marry.
Any?
Mhm.
Any.
Oh, you got it like that?
Let me
I'm
tell you
just saying,
something.
I
If a
can go get
strong
it.
woman put pressure on a weak
Anything.
man, he gonna go to somebody else weaker, just as weak as he is.
Ain't no such thing.
Why would somebody want our big mouth, nigga? You gotta have standards and take the trash out. He gonna go get the chick who
He
gonna
gonna
let
go
that
chick
shit
who ain't
pile
saying
up.
shit.
And he gonna take it out.
He
I'm
gonna
too.
throw the trash.
but you wrong
Exactly.
for tolerating it for so long for you to ask him 4 or 5 times to take it out.
They out here, them the ones that's married.
He shouldn't even be in your house. He shouldn't even got that far.
He shouldn't even got that far. Why he sitting at your table? Why you talking to him anyway? Like, you know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Oh, Alex is divorced. Now
Candlelight, if that's how you feel, then that's cool. If you don't want to be married, just say, look, I want to be out here and just have friends and kick it. That's cool. But don't be out here saying, a lot of people be out here like, I want to be married, but they still entertaining 4 or 5 people. You ain't gonna never, you stretching yourself to everybody got to keep up with certain lies and stuff like that. Why you want to live like that? You can live peaceful as a single person or a married person. You choose.
That's true.
A lot of people be stressing and they single. They be stressing over motherfuckers and they ain't even committed.
Man,
That part.
man.
It be men.
That shit too much.
What you mean it be man? It be both. Like, that's the problem. Look, man, the reason I'm harder on women because y'all supposed to be that flower.
Nigga,
A lot of y'all just dandelions. Because y'all let these niggas treat y'all like that. They ain't sprinkling no water on y'all.
You
They that shit.
You need to be harder on the men since you know so much about what it takes to be one. You don't need to tell me about
right. You need to coach your boys.
No, I ain't got to coach nothing. Les on did his thing. I can only extend an invitation to come kick it with us and get an understanding of this what I want to do. What might work for me might not work for you. You know what I'm saying? A lot of women so used to certain men that they go continue to be the dandelion. They cool with being the dandelion.
Get them, man.
Everybody ain't a rose. Everybody is not a rose. A lot of women think they're a rose. They're not roses.
All women had a potential to be roses. All our black beautiful women have the potential to be roses and be great.
That's the thing,
and all men can be kings.
Some of these niggas got vaginas.
They spice
if
girls.
we dandelion is y'all vaginas.
Right.
See, the problem is what I'm saying
girls.
is what I'm hearing and what I'm seeing is a lot of women, y'all choose not to listen when like a lot of some shit that me and Kenny saying might resonate with people. Some of the shit that Alex and Greg and the dude Drake on here is talking about. It's worth for us to listen to each other and to understand each other. Like, for most people, they don't like to listen. That's why they find themselves back in the same place that they did with a different person, because they failed to listen or failed to see something that the other person seen in them that didn't want that made them uncomfortable. I think a lot of, and the reason I like speak for on the women, because I'm giving a perspective from a man of what we see. You start off as a queen, you're supposed to want to stay that way. How you go start
You
off
should
as a
always
queen?
be.
How you gonna start off as a queen and just go low to a peasant?
You gotta elevate yourself.
You gotta keep elevating yourself. It shouldn't take a man to elevate you. You should already be elevated because you know you that motherfucker.
So it's no responsibility on a man who is his letting that woman, or who is taking advantage of that woman. It's all on her to hold it all together. It ain't no.
What you mean?
It ain't no responsibility on that man. You talking about you supposed to stay up here and do this and this.
No, you're supposed to know your worth. Even if you have been in bad relationships, you're supposed to learn from those bad relationships and pitch yourself back up there. A lot of people keep going backwards and then keep saying, oh, it didn't work out because he was on some bullshit. Nah, you the one on bullshit because you don't even know your worth.
Okay, Sammy said, I have yet to see the men on here point out their own flaws, though.
Everybody got flaws.
They're quick to point out ours.
I can point out my flaws.
I don't got no flaws.
No, you don't have no flaws, Kenny?
I'm flawless.
Oh.
Boy.
Interesting.
Church.
Yeah, you drink that Gatorade.
Yes.
Like, the thing is, look, I don't know how many times we keep saying this. It's a man's choice if he want to marry you or not. A lot of women looking for marriage. Most men just living their life. If marriage come along, it happens. If they come across one that make them feel good, they love, they respect, they cherish, and so they go marry you. Women don't have that same choice because the men are the ones proposing to y'all. You know what I'm saying? They the ones courting you and stuff like that. A lot of women don't know how to be courted. A lot of women don't know how to date. A lot of men don't know how to date. But speaking from a man's perspective about women, a lot of women don't know how to date. They don't know how to feel special. They always think because a nigga did something for them, it's some bullshit behind it. Well, he did this for me, so he must have did something. That nigga did it out the kindness of his heart. You know what I'm saying? I see a lot of women always think the negative about what a man doing instead of thinking the positive. Maybe that nigga really do love you. Maybe he really care about you.
Let's not just act like the reputation of man is just all good. Like if
I'm not saying I'm giving you a perspective. Now you give me your perspective from a female's position. That's what I'm saying. You not listening. I said I'm giving a perspective of what most men really be thinking out here, not actually knowing what they think.
Right.
That's why I'm saying that.
And it's not that I'm not listening, but when you give your perspective, you give yours from a man, and I'm gonna give mine from a woman. You just want to speak for everybody.
No, I don't. I speak for Les. I don't speak for these dudes. Like as far as like me being married and stuff, I only know what I want to do.
Like again, let's not act like the reputation of man is just this great thing, and the women just out here just broken and we all messed up in the head. This has been an equal demise for the both of us. A reason why a woman may not trust everything that a man says is because she's seen a line of women who's been hurt by men, or she has herself. You just want to put all this burden on a woman, like you should be able to see a bad man, you should know it. You giving the man no responsibility in what we looking like today. As far as what we got out here, as far as these women, a lot of broken women were hurt by men. You all like, well, you should be able to take care of yourself and stay strong. A woman is naturally a nurturer. She's the deposit of all the bullshit and everything from the world and from man. You want us to be able to hold all this together, do y'all part. And I'm sure we'll do ours.
You said hold everything in from the world. We black men, we holding a lot of shit, but we make that shit look good the way we roll through life. Shit, deal with it. I hate to say it, but deal with that shit. I'm 37 years old. We all like the same age. That past hurt and shit, let that shit go. You know how much times I don't have to deal with shit in my life and I keep going? Like, this shit don't stop. Life don't stop. If you keep thinking about the shit that hurt you, you ain't gonna never be healed or ever be able good enough for the person that you really want to fuck with.
And that goes
I ain't holding no hurt from no past. You know why? Because life too short. You learn from it, you hurt at the time, and you move on. Like, I see a lot of hurt people that's commenting because they still hold on to that shit. Man, you know what I mean? I've been hurt before. As a man, you know how it feels to be hurt as a man and how to live in a world as a African American man, not just from a racial profile. It's a lot of shit that we deal with. But shit, I make this shit look good because I roll through life. Yeah. I don't let that shit hold me.
But the difference is, with a woman, her pain gonna come out in what she say, and she gonna speak it. What a man gonna do, he gonna feel like because he a man, he gotta hold it in, and it's gonna come out in his relationship. He may not voice it, but you're gonna see it in the women he's dealt with and his children. You may not speak it, but it's definitely hurt there. They saying like Greg and Alex, like all he hears is a lot of hurt. Yeah, it's different because a woman gonna speak it while a man just continue going through life causing damage. We out loud with ours, y'all is silent.
Nah, I open up about my shit because that's the only way that helps me.
That's not most men.
A man, you gonna see it in their divorces and in their children. We may not speak it, but how many divorced men we got on here saying that the woman's speaking from hurt? Of the men that say we speak from hurt and the woman not ready, how many of them divorced and how many of them married?
Okay, if you speaking for her, but my thing is, that's a flaw. If you got that hurt and ain't dealt with it in the past, and then you keep moving on from relationship to relationship with that same hurt, it don't matter where it can, like, you keep carrying the baggage.
It's a domino effect.
It's a domino effect to your life. Don't nobody want that baggage. Women don't want men's baggage. Why we gonna deal with your emotional baggage? That ain't for me to heal you. It ain't for me to heal you. Heal yourself.
Nobody wants to deal with it. But what I'm saying, Leslie, is that a woman speaks it and a man hides it because he don't want to cry, and he a man, and what he do, he just go through like a bowling pin. You see it in his relationships and his children. We speak it, and y'all.
Hey, fellas, it's okay to let that shit out. I don't cry before. But that don't make you less of a man.
They don't properly heal.
No, they don't.
We don't properly heal.
And because we don't go out and cry and do all of this, we damage while they sit quietly and hold it in. And you see it in their kids and in their women. Go through the line of women they done dealt with. Like you said, at the end of the day, if all of your relationships didn't turn bad, it just ain't the woman.
Okay, go through all the men that y'all don't dealt with and pick out the similarities. 9 times out of 10, they the same dude. They just look different.
No.
Because a lot of women, look, man, I'm not badgering the women. I'm talking about what I've seen in my life. I don't see women that carried over hurt from 3 relationships ago and bring it to my relationship and say, you act just like the last nigga from 3 relationships ago.
They didn't take the time out to heal.
What's that, right?
And that's what I'm saying. It's a lot of women that need to heal first. Heal first.
That's true. Women,
heal yourself first.
Women need to heal.
Yes, man, need to heal, but they not the ones out here like, look, man, I'm looking for me a wife. They out here chilling. A lot of women are looking for marriage. That's why I'm saying to the women that's looking for marriage, look at yourself and dissect your flaws and stuff from the past 3 or 4 relationships. It's a reason why these niggas on did y'all like that 4 straight times.
But just because a man chilling don't mean he healed.
What you mean?
Just because a man is chilling don't mean he healed. Like he's got stuff he need to deal with.
Wait a minute, Greg said, why you name dropping the kid? I called out 2 or 3 names, but a hit dog will holler.
Look, what I'm trying to say is, let me give y'all an example, man. If I've been in a relationship for the past, and most men, they don't get that. It's hard to get men into relationships, so they probably have hurt from 1 relationship in their life that kind of carried over. But a woman that been in 3 or 4 bad relationships and get into a relationship with the new guy, and everything that he does it triggers something that happened in the past for relationships. You know what I'm saying? So that means you never really healed because
Correct.
you have to be able to trust again and all that stuff. A lot of y'all y'all don't believe in trust. Y'all just want to skip all the relationships, the liking each other, the courting each other, the dating each other, to meeting the family stuff. Y'all want to skip from, okay, we meet each other 6 months later, then y'all want to skip all the other process and go straight to marriage. That ain't how that goes.
That's not how it works, though. And that's not
Broken
true.
people
For everybody.
hurt people.
Correct.
And
It's a domino
the
effect.
thing about it is you keep hurting yourself by bringing your hurt from past relationships. You hurting yourself.
Because you didn't
You
properly
might hurt that
heal.
person, but you hurting yourself too.
And self-reflect to see where you fucking up.
Alex, here go Alex. Alex said y'all deal with the same type of men and get the same results. So why should we care about y'all hurt?
Oh.
Right.
We need him on the panel.
First. Damn. Wow.
Why should you care about the woman you courting that? Why should you care about her hurt?
You said what?
Alex said y'all deal with the same type of men and get the same results. So why should we care about y'all hurt?
I want to say we shouldn't care, but at the same time, I'm not about to tiptoe to try to be with you. I'm gonna still be me, and if that shit bother you, it bothers you. But if I ain't doing nothing disrespectful, if every little thing that I do triggers something that don't happen in your past, then you don't need to be with nobody because that shit ain't gonna work.
Lanita said broken people need consulting.
Hey, y'all want to bring Alex on? Send Alex the
And Greg said we was raised differently. Les, y'all was raised what does that mean?
He's saying like sometimes, and that's where I had to tell you, Jones. Sometimes people are brought up different. That's another thing too. You have to get into. Remember how you were saying you have to do a whole background check on a potential mate. You have to see how they was raised and stuff like that. You have to do all. You have to really get to know that person. A lot of people don't want it. They don't get to know that person. That's all I'm saying. Get to know that person.
Send Alex the Zoom. He can still come up. All you need is the login, Alex.
Yeah, send Alex the login.
You gotta send it to him, Les.
Huh?
You gotta send it to him.
He want to come up here and windmill with me.
I don't know the Hold on, I'm about to try this.
It's in the messenger. I'm gonna read some of this comment.
Greg said send it to him too. Go ahead.
Stop being loud all the time and pick and choose your hurt. Oh shit, Alex.
I gotta send it.
Sometimes the hurt come before the relationship. That was Greg. Angel said, got married at 8 months pregnant. Financially, he wasn't ready, but I still said I do. I've been leading, but I also told him 3 years ago, it's time to stand up. As long as I keep quiet, everything was good. That was me too. Sis.
Okay. What's her name? Angel.
I know.
Angel, can I ask Angel a question?
Yeah, I want to finish her comment though.
Okay, go ahead.
I know I'm the problem because I tried to give him the benefit of the doubt, but this is not what he really wants to be. But it's convenient for him to save face. That's a lot of people in the world, sis.
Angel, why you get pregnant with a nigga that really ain't bringing that to the table?
Yeah, see, Les, we had that conversation before. When you with it could have been you. Like you just got lucky out here that you didn't get a chick pregnant that you knew wasn't.
That's a good question though. Why we getting pregnant and the finances ain't right? Y'all already don't want to be in a relationship with a nigga with the finances. Why get pregnant by him?
Because we was young and foolish out here and we was just screwing.
Oh, she was young at the time. I give her a pass on that.
I mean, even if you're not young, like you ain't never been in no situation where you was out here just banging, you just got lucky. They couldn't see. They couldn't get there.
I'm gonna be honest, some of these
life happens. No, Sammy girl, don't even worry about Greg and them coming up here and trying to double team, honey. I'm about to
really double team. We really trying to help each other.
Ponytail, sis. It's going down.
Right.
We trying to help each other. Y'all, we trying to help each other. Y'all don't want to listen.
We listening. We
You
listening.
don't gang up on me, sis. I'm ready.
We listening.
We trying to make y'all marriage material. Shit.
We trying to
ain't
pitch.
me ready.
I'm trying to pitch y'all together.
Trying to get y'all to be ready to be a wife.
Let me tell y'all something.
Let me prepare y'all.
No,
Nah, on some real shit, I love y'all, man. I love all my women, man. If it ain't, you know, after listening to this, like, I just realized it ain't.
I have to get them, sis.
You know, from a male's perspective, y'all ain't really trying to understand where a man perspective is.
We are listening.
We
It's
actually are
about us not listening.
It's cool. No, y'all understand.
talk.
Y'all just listening.
We understanding.
But we
Okay,
get to speak from a woman's perspective too. Y'all want us to sit quiet.
The reason why, look, man,
She said we was together, not just dating, but you live and you learn like the ancestors. That's what I'm like when people be like, but why would you have a baby by somebody you knew wasn't financially stable? If you just out here doing you, some life happens. Unless you got lucky enough for it didn't happen to you like that.
I'm not lucky. I'm smart.
You ain't banged no chick who you thought might not have been the right one, and if the condom would have broke, you would have been a daddy.
That's true.
What you mean?
Oh, Alex.
You ever heard of Ray Carew?
Yeah, take the earrings.
What up, though?
What up,
you
though?
can't make nobody go and get one.
You ever heard of Ray Carew?
Let me put my hair in a ponytail, Sammy.
You gotta chill talking about Ray Carew, man.
Fuck you, man. Laz, you can't do nothing. Man, what the fuck? Yes, the fuck I can.
You ready, sis? Now, Alex. Hey, how you doing, Alex?
What up? What up?
I saw
I'm on here now. What's the issue?
I saw all your little comments down, and I didn't put my hair in a ponytail. Let's go, okay?
Let's go. What we talking about?
They're talking real reckless. Let's
How
go.
you figure? Hey.
Y'all marriage material. We don't want to deal with y'all hurt. Look.
Yeah.
No, okay. Can I respond to the hurt comment?
She said, "Take my earrings off."
Can I respond to the hurt comment though? Can I respond to that?
That hurt them. That hurt them that you said that.
I know that, but what they don't understand is I'm saying y'all deal with the same nigga each and every time y'all get out of a relationship. You like the same type nigga. You don't never switch the shit up. Then after these niggas break your heart, all niggas ain't shit. Then the nigga that you get with that's worth something or doing something that's trying to, you know what I'm saying, cater to your ass, you don't know how to treat him because you still treating him with the same hurt that you dealt with from the last nigga. That's what I mean. That's exactly what I'm saying.
They quiet.
No, because that all play a part with you healing.
Right, that's not true.
So why are you with me if you're healing? Why are you?
They shouldn't even be with you if they're in the process, if they're going through a healing process.
They haven't healed. That's what Alex said.
You haven't healed.
I haven't dated the same guy.
Me either.
I didn't either, because my baby daddy wasn't about Shaq.
Exactly.
You hear me? He wasn't about Shaq. Nigga,
okay, so look, hey Ebony, your husband is different from your baby daddy, right?
I'm not married, but the guy that I dated after him, who I was engaged to, was the total opposite. He never called me out my name. We never had to argue where it got like totally disrespectful. He always worked. He was the total opposite than the guy I was with before.
So you're one of, what I'm saying is you one of the smart ones. A lot of women don't do that. They go back to
come up here and disarm me. Not talking about I'm one of the smart ones. Don't try to disarm me. I'm still putting my hair in a ponytail for you.
I'm just saying, man, a lot of women go to the same nigga that, you know, you want to, this nigga a thug. I like this nigga, he whoopty whoop, and the nigga ain't about shit. Then you got a nigga over here that's working, really doing something with his life, and y'all come up with some bullshit like, oh, that nigga too soft. He too sweet. You know, I always see women talking about, I want a nigga that's mean. I be like, what the fuck?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? You know I'm telling the truth.
But Tony, why are you still healing and trying to date?
But here's the thing with y'all. We all broken people. Like, this comes from childhood to relationships. We not going to come to nobody whole.
Why not? That's wrong.
Listen. You can come in you can come with an understanding about yourself. Like, look, I've been through this, and my next journey in my life, I want to be a better person. You can have that in your head mentally, but it's still going to be a process. So if it take you 30 years, you should be by yourself, or you should get with somebody like, look, consciously, I know I have things to work on, but I want to be a wife. Nobody's going to come to nobody.
Years, if it take you that long, Jones, you don't need to be with nobody. Fix yourself first. Ain't no man about to help you heal. Why would
It
I
ain't
help
about
you
the
heal?
help. It's not about the help.
I'm just not going to do the same shit them niggas did in the past.
Exactly.
Where y'all? Sammy said, where y'all find these women that's all healed and together and with a bow on their head, like a new being? Where y'all find these chicks at?
What up, G?
Because they ain't told
they quiet. They quiet now.
Oh, let me put my hair back in the ponytail.
Hello, I'm not windmilling. I'm not coming here to argue with nobody. First of all, hello.
Hey, Greg.
Y'all didn't even speak. Ebony D, you rude. Ebony J, you
Ooh,
rude.
he is definitely Led's brother.
You know.
You ain't coming to fight.
Hey, Greg.
Hey, Greg.
Listen.
Mute myself.
I'm just glad that Samia, she said, where do you find these women with, bow on their head? They out here, just like it's men out here. Like, well, we're not gonna say with bows, just say with crowns on their head. So if you come around and let somebody knock that crown off or shift it, it's a problem. That's when you got to fix yourself. And I'm just, like talking about like when me and Alex is speaking from experience. Alex been married before, and I've been married. I just recently divorced, so I say things because I know a lot more after being divorced. So I know how to go into my next relationship. The yays and the nays. So there are women out there with crowns on their head. There are men out there with crowns on their head. And if it's on you to let somebody shift that crown or knock it off your head.
So when you speak
about knowing your worth.
That is true.
So when you speak about knowing which way to go, is some of that knowing which way to go just as far as the woman you're looking for, or some of the things you need to do next time? As far as
I think you get a little bit too personal, so that could be another podcast.
We talking about you said the way to go. I'm asking you, is it your way or just the woman's way?
It's both.
Okay.
It's not just my way. I'm not the type like, oh, I'm gonna, No, it's both. You got to go in a relationship knowing what the expectation is of one another. Alex?
That's those raw conversations you gotta have.
I agree.
People don't want to have people having sex more than conversations.
That's the problem.
Oh, yeah.
You got to be able to communicate and talk.
You got to be able to communicate. You just can't say that motherfucker look good. He marriage material.
Hey, man, a lot of them do that, though.
That's what I'm saying. They pick and choose. Like, y'all actually have the power, but then y'all shift the power with just allowing shit. So, like, what man ain't go like, well, I don't see a lot of men be manipulative because the woman let them be manipulative.
Go ahead and say, what man ain't gonna take advantage of that? That's what you're about to say?
I wouldn't, but like a lot of men gonna do it because the door is open.
And that's
it ain't okay, but shit, y'all women allow it. You know what I'm saying? Some do.
Candlelight said, "Are you?"
You're not listening to Candlelight and Sam.
They said, "Are you supposed to say, oh, I can't talk to you because I'm healing?" And then Sammy also said, when she asked about like where y'all finding these women at, she's saying because all of these women y'all seem to be describing don't seem to be none of these people that we speaking to today. This woman who she's totally healed and she's ready and open for a relationship. Like, where's she at? Because ain't nobody on here said to say that.
Hey, so my question, Sammy, why are you in a relationship? I know Sammy in a relationship, but why aren't you in a relationship, Sammy? That's what I want to know with Sammy. Because she been talking a lot today. Why you ain't in a relationship?
Y'all said that she got to come perfectly healed with a bow on her head.
Hey, what you're doing is inviting Sam in. We not let her getting on his Zoom.
Miss Allen,
basically what I'm saying
Miss
is,
Allen
look,
said, excuse me, I'm speaking for your wife. Miss Allen said you can date in the healing process, but it's not for the other person to heal you. However, it's your job to choose the right person. Ooh, girl, just be in your space at that time.
Preach.
A lot of y'all don't do that.
Preach.
Y'all just be wanting to jump into some shit and don't even know what
but you
jumping
can't.
into.
That's the problem. We jumping into situations.
quit jumping into shit and
That's the
still
problem.
you like my thing is when you dating and healing, like it's like it's gonna be the person that you're dating and like how far are you healed to be dating. You know what I'm saying? You just can't stop messing with one dude and jump right to the next dude. You ain't even got over this dude. That's what I'm saying. A lot of women does that. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's cool for a man to do it, but I'm saying as far as a woman, because we hold y'all to a higher standard because y'all are women. Like I said, from being the flower. Everybody shouldn't have that much access to you, especially when you healing.
I agree.
Hell yeah.
So wait,
like how you healing and you ain't really learned nothing. You gonna go to the next man looking for comfort. He can't comfort her hurt. How can I comfort a person that really ain't trying to heal themselves? But you want me to heal you, but you ain't healing yourself. Make that make sense.
Hey man, or they messing with the new nigga and still still calling the old nigga. You know what I'm saying? All in they feelings still with
ain't
this
nobody
old
doing
nigga.
that.
Man,
they doing it.
Man, please. Shit. Y'all do that shit all the time.
Hell to the no.
What's the premise? What's the premise of this conversation?
Are you marriage material?
Are you marriage material?
Les, look, hey man, I'm not even gonna give you a me and Les question. Answer. Or do y'all want it?
Come on with it.
Look at us. Look, man.
I like they. I don't think nobody knows.
It comes.
Like it's a lot of people that's not holding themselves accountable. They still want to blame the other person. What did you do? It took two to make the relationship. It took two to break it up. Most of the times.
Yep.
Everybody play a part in it.
Everybody play a part. Until you learn how to know what your part played in it, you shouldn't be saying nothing because you don't even know. You don't even know yourself. You don't know you haven't looked at yourself and said I was wrong. Until you hold yourself accountable, what are you? You can't say nothing. It took two to make a relationship, just like it took two people to make a baby. It took two people to make a relationship. It took two to fuck it up.
Okay.
It wasn't an outside person. It was the two people that was in the relationship or the marriage or whatever. You can't keep saying it ain't my fault.
Greg and Alex, are y'all marriage material?
Hell, I am.
Do you see me? No, yeah.
I heard you speak.
Then I am.
I am.
What makes you marriage material?
Greg,
go first, then Alex.
No, I'm not going first because I'm going to answer the question with a question. But I'm going to say this. The thing is that what makes me marriage material is that I feel out of what I've endured from my last, and I now know that I just know my worth of just how everything towards the ending. So I know that I am marriage material as far as, being there, caring, providing, and, just being a man all around, being well-rounded. And some people just don't know. Like, I think before when you guys was talking, people say a lot of people don't know if they marriage material. And that's probably up to the person who you dating if you are marriage material in their eyes. I can say, hey, I'm the best rapper in the world, or I'm the best cook in the world. That's my opinion. But that's up to the person who you dealing with if that's up to their standards. You get with that? You get with that? Is that cool? That hookah smoke ain't doing it to make you get on my vibe.
You ain't gave me no answer.
That was the answer.
That was an answer.
That was an
To
answer.
compare
That's
to
what I'm
not being
saying.
from the women.
Might not have been the answer you wanted, but it was
That's
That's
an
what I'm
answer.
saying.
that's the
Alex,
answer that they
Alex.
looking for.
Huh?
I was talking to Greg, but I'll let you go now. Go ahead. What's your definition?
Do I think I'm marriage material? Hell yeah, I think I'm marriage material. I think my characteristics and my qualities make me material. If you want to run down, I tell you, I'm God fearing. I'm a great father. I was a great son to my mama. I took care of my mama. I'm loving, family man. You know what I'm saying? I got good friends in my circle. I'm a protector. I'm a provider. You know what I'm saying? I got a lot of great qualities. You know what I'm saying? Hell, you come home, I'll rub your feet, listen to your problems. I'll make you laugh. Shit.
That's the answer I was looking for. What's the quality? Those are the qualities I was looking for. Greg gave me. He's talking about with his last one. You didn't tell me about.
I'm telling you. I can tell you bullshit too. I'm not saying you're saying bullshit, Alex. But it's the thing is, if that person gonna come home every day, and that man gonna be willing to rub her feet and rub her back or doing
Hey, I ain't say every day now, goddamn it.
See that's what I'm saying. But that's a good answer.
Yeah.
Things come in within time. Just like I said, you said if I'm married with her, I say that's not up to me. That's up to the person that I'm in a relationship with. If I'm living up to their standards of being marriage material. Do I need to type that in the chat so you can read it? Because you look like you paying attention to the phone more than me.
Greg, one more time. I'm gonna put my hand. You said you didn't come up here to fight, but you get.
I'm not. I'm just saying.
I'm reading the comments. I'm listening to you, baby. Go ahead.
I ain't talking about nothing. No, I'm
At the end of the day, I think like it's for that person that you trying to, that you really want to be with to know if you marriage material. They have to know. They have to know that they willing to really like fuck with you. And what a lot of people it still goes from just failing to like listen to one another and understanding the different sex and all that stuff. And some people don't look, you know what you are. It's up to the other person to see you that way. If you say who you are, you only can be you. You can't pretend or none of that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like it's up to you.
I agree with that. It's all about getting with a person. That the marriage material to me, I think we defined it at the beginning, is getting with a person who understands all that you are and vice versa. You know what I'm saying? And figuring out a way to make each other better through that. I don't think people come together perfectly. To me, it's just impossible. But I'm marriage material for the person who he wants to be my friend. He understands my flaws. He understands my healing process. And he's able to walk with me as I would him. Like, I'm perfect enough for him. It may not work for everybody, but we cool. And when we have our bad days, we can somehow work through them. We're not perfect. And it's cool for us. Whatever works for us. The outside world may not understand it, but I'm good enough for him. So that's the marriage material. It's individualized.
Hey, Ebony J.
I was just thinking that.
Ebony J. How long you was married? How long you been married?
Never been married.
Huh?
I don't know why I thought you was married.
Yeah, you just be quiet.
You can't give me the blueprint because you divorced.
I can't give you the blueprint. Y'all not listening to what I'm saying.
Y'all listen to Steve Harvey ass.
Yeah.
Shit,
You're not listening.
I can talk from my perspective. I
thought you was married.
I haven't been married. I was engaged and I was with that person 6 years. No, I never been married.
So so what happened?
Tell us more.
We dated. We got engaged at 3 years. We moved in with each other. We had some, I would say, communication issues. When I got with him, he had to travel for work. We moved up to a place that was away from my family, and I just could not he traveled too much for me. It was literally like home on the weekends. I
So
couldn't deal with it.
So you didn't stick by him, basically.
I stuck by him as long as I could until it was breaking me too much.
What broke you though? If that's supposed to be the number one guy in your life, that let me say this, and this is what I totally agree with. And I know he wasn't there yet, but if he was going to be your husband, that's the most important person in your life. Not your mama, not your daddy, not trying to see your brothers and sisters.
Mm-hmm.
Your husband or your wife. So if y'all was on the way to that and you couldn't handle that, I'm not saying you can't handle no marriage, but I'm just saying, you know, what if you were married and shit, y'all was about to lose the house? You know what I'm saying? Could you handle some, you know, certain instances, can you handle certain things that come along with marriage? Because it ain't always good times.
That type of thing I could handle because I would have been working. And again, where he picked up, I left off. But it was the traveling thing, and it was a lot of other communication things. But that part of I can't be with this person like I was, it was just too much for me mentally. I couldn't stay. I wasn't happy with it. And I don't think until you're in that situation.
Did you tell him?
Yes.
What did he say?
Basically, what do you want me to do? It's my job. But then I felt like, here's another avenue. If you have an opportunity to listen, if you have an opportunity to do something else and you may not make, if you're making 200,000, you may have to go down and making 150,000. If you're not willing to make that compromise for me, because it wasn't just you worked 2 months and I was out the door. This was years of traveling. So if somebody offer you 150,000 and you making 2, you have to compromise and say, I need to be at home with my family. And I come with the child.
Ebony, now let me ask you this. Do you think if he was in your position, not you, but most women, do you think that they would compromise for their dude and come down off a job and say, you know, I was making 100,000, but I'll make $50,000 less because you want me to be, I don't, you know, I don't want to be in this traveling basically.
Do it all the
you
time.
think most women would do that?
Yes, they would. If it's gonna keep your household happy, women do.
Not Miss Independent, y'all not doing that shit.
See, you talking about, I don't know what you're talking about, but it don't happen like that all the time. Women do it all the time for their job. If their husband needs to do something, women sacrifice all the time. So if it was a different situation and me being gone all the time was making my husband unhappy and this job offered me 60 instead of 100,000, I'm gonna take that 60 to make sure my household stay together. I'm absolutely going to sacrifice for that, especially if it's kids involved.
Oh no,
it was too much. I'm not going to be. It was literally making me sick. I couldn't do it, and it made some other people may be able to do it. Y'all better than me, but I got to do what works for me.
What? Who did that?
I did.
He didn't want
you trying to boss up, Ebony? Like, really?
Sammy, they was up here pulling my hair, girl. Come get him.
I just got an instant headache.
Of course you got an instant headache. You don't ever want to hear what I got to say, Greg. Ever. Never, ever. But I just want to hear y'all. I just want to hear y'all.
We're going to be civilized. Everybody grab them some vino. Let's have a dark conversation. And learn from one another. That's what it's all about. But some of you don't want to learn from another.
I don't want to learn.
My brother was dropping jewels earlier, and nobody picked it up to put it on.
What I had said earlier was,
really over.
Y'all keep talking about.
I got my woman.
Y'all keep talking about women because y'all had a misconstrued. It wasn't the fact that y'all was talking about women. Y'all keep talking about women that's not one of us that's on this panel. That was like y'all keep talking about all the women that hurt y'all, I guess. Because y'all got real women that's trying to listen to how you guys feel about us or how y'all think we should change and be different. But not one of y'all ever talk about the shit y'all should change or be different about.
Yes.
That's the real thing. Like I keep hearing the same shit about what y'all want us to do, but what are y'all doing? Like it's not happening.
That's what we need to do.
That was what I was saying was where these women that y'all talking about. Talk to us, not to a baby girl who has 6 baby daddies who don't deserve a 6-figure nigga. Yeah, we not talking about her. We
Who
talking
talks
about a
about
bitch
that?
like me that's a real good woman. That's
No,
what we
Samia,
talking.
you just jumped off one train to get on the other.
No, because y'all keep
I
going in circles
don't.
about the same thing and y'all not getting to the
I
point.
never spoke on anybody, or even when I tell you like we talked last weekend.
Mhm.
I was just talking about generalized. I didn't say nothing about nobody specific or anything like that.
Right. No, but listen, when Alex jump in, Alex know he full of shit. When y'all jump in, okay, if you
Okay,
telling
listen.
me how you feel like I should be a better woman, how
Stop-
some of us
stop
women,
saying
how
y'all.
we X, Y, and Z. I get that. But just like we keep talking about what y'all bringing to the table, what are you doing to make me more sufficient and shit? If I'm busting my ass to be a good woman, what are you doing to bust your ass to be a good man? Because y'all keep saying what y'all need us to do, but what the fuck are y'all doing? What
But
are y'all doing?
a lot of y'all ain't doing nothing.
But talking.
And
Don't
Y'all
classify
just
me with
talking.
y'all. I'm not part of that.
showing any
That's
action.
why I
It
said,
sound
where
like a
are
bunch of
these
blame.
women?
Right.
It
It ain't
do.
really. It ain't blame. It's more of what we see versus what y'all see. What we trying to say
I feel
is.
like men think they the prize.
They do.
Mm-hmm.
All the guys do.
They didn't say that.
I wouldn't say all that, man. But let me give y'all the
we ain't
perspective on why men
because the
act the
man
way they
ain't gotta
do.
propose to you, and the man when
Right.
he come in, he got more to lose, and he gonna lose a house and his $20,000 he got saved in his 401k. We got more
Like
to
the woman
lose.
can't lose the same thing though.
What y'all gonna lose? A heart?
Wow.
You lose that 20,000 in your 401k,
Right.
nigga. It's gonna be taxed to 8,000.
Go ahead,
But
Greg.
y'all gonna want it though.
Look, Greg got his hand raised. Go ahead.
Go ahead, Greg.
Listen, I had to raise my hand to be respectful. I said, get the vino and let's chill and have a respectful conversation.
We are being respectful.
No. I don't like the categorization of y'all. I'm not part of y'all.
But y'all categorize us.
I don't,
though.
and I
With
don't.
everything y'all keep
Listen,
contradicting
I
yourselves
was
because
quiet when
y'all
you spoke.
can easily categorize us, but when we say something about y'all, it's not me. I'm married. I'm something different.
No, I
But when
say
y'all
some. I
talk
say
about
some.
us,
I say some
y'all
women.
put us
Not, I
all
say
in the
some women.
same
Not all.
category.
She's speaking from. I never said that.
What did you say?
I don't point finger at. Oh, y'all did this. Y'all did that. I'm not hurt.
Said y'all not gonna take a reduction. What y'all doing for us? Y'all
No, but
need to
y'all, you pointing fingers like they didn't even want me on the Zoom because I speak truth.
Y'all didn't want me on the Zoom.
Man,
I
y'all
speak
got
truth.
to release
So
y'all.
the thing
ass.
is that let's I didn't want to scramble up their Zoom and they get kicked out. How many more minutes y'all got on this thing?
Shut up,
We
Greg. Go ahead.
unlimited.
Listen, so I was just saying that, like my brother was saying, that people need to learn one another, fix themselves first, learn one another, friendship, relationship, then it can blossom into a possibly a great marriage. Ebony, you would have got these Jews if you would have not been talking in your own little group last weekend.
And it just goes on two
Oh, that
people
is that Ebony, man. She was El Yappy last weekend. Yeah,
Listen.
man.
Oh, me?
Yeah, hell yeah.
Not Ebony J.
Oh.
Nah, I know Ebony D. I'm talking about
Ebony D. But but what I'm just saying, I don't point no blame at nobody. My thing is that folks need to approach stuff differently when they know what's wrong with them. You can talk that out amongst each other and then revisit it about being in a relationship before you jump in a relationship and she's miserable. Yes, I'm not the one to say women this, women that. Yes, we as guys, some of us is fucked up too. You know what I'm saying?
That was the first time I heard that tonight. Thank you.
Yeah, but that's why you got to listen to the Jews that Jesus.
Me and you
No,
looking like
because
those was not
want
the
to know
Jews that
something.
was being
And this where I'm gonna go with it at, man. And the question is, are you marriage material? Have you found yourself to where, okay, look, I got a bad relationship. I took a step back, tried to figure out myself. If you haven't did that and jump into a relationship, whether it be man or woman, you are not ready. You are not that material because you still haven't dealt with the past shit. Deal with the past shit first. Deal with the past shit first. That's what people fail to realize. I don't care what. Look, let me say this. It's steps. Once you get out of a relationship, whether it was two people in a relationship, okay, it was his fault or it was her fault. Okay, it was something that you did too. Once you figure out what you did and what you should and what moving forward, what you don't want to do, when you figure that out, then you can decide to start there. I feel like you shouldn't be trying to go jump to the next person because this person don't hurt you or that relationship didn't work, because it's not going to work. You're going to keep being in the same, you're going to keep going, following the same pattern because you're trying to heal yourself through other people. It ain't for nobody that hurt. It ain't for me to make you happy. It's for you to make yourself happy. You can't go into a relationship looking for happiness when you should already be happy with yourself. If you don't care about yourself, ain't nobody else gonna care about you.
Les, let me ask you this. Let me
say this one last thing. You can't expect a person to care about you if you don't care about yourself. How am I supposed to sit up here and try to love you and all you keep saying is, I've been through some shit, I don't feel like me and blah, blah, blah. Man, I would have been, man, look, baby girl, it ain't gonna work out.
Take the microphones off, they sizzling, Les. You dropped the mic.
But listen, okay, so if everybody take the time, like you said, to reflect on them, to personally reflect on themselves and figure themselves out before they jump into a relationship, what comes next? Because what do we do after that? If 99% of the women on here right now feel like they have already stepped back and checked themselves, because like they keep saying, women, some of us naturally can fall into place and we know what we want, we know how to act, we know what to do. So when you've done all of that, what happens next as far as this relationship? Because if we keep focusing on, well, we need to self-reflect, don't jump into nothing before you do this or do that. You might meet somebody that's willing to even go ahead, baby. Let's do this together. Let's figure this out together. I know you've been hurt and this is that other. You got niggas that'll go above and beyond to try to get you past that hurt, because naturally women, we try to get you past that hurt. So after that, what happens?
Why
would a man sit back and be like, look, she been hurt before? The best thing I could do
Why wouldn't a man? So you mean to tell me that my grandmother did not deserve to get married again because my granddaddy wasn't shit? My new grandfather stepped in and picked up the pieces that my grandfather fucked up. And he did not have a problem doing that. And they're still married to this day. He stepped in when my granddaddy hurt my grandmother to the core. He stepped in. He realized, because he loved my grandmother, because he loved what she was about, and because he didn't see the negative that she was bringing to the table, he saw what he could pluck. When you fucking starting a flower, you starting from them seeds. He saw he can water that flower and bring her back to life. So it's missing, because a lot of guys they're not trying to do that. That's not what you want me to come wrapped up in the bow like nothing has ever.
We didn't say come wrapped in the bow. We said, like, see, for instance, like you said, your grandmother, a man stepped up. It's a man stepped up. The quick key words. The man stepped up. But if you want to, like, just date, and this is a whole different generation than what your grandma went through. We talk about a generation now.
Exactly, man.
This is a different generation. Quit going, and this is another thing. Quit going off, like, everything has changed over the years, from the rules to the NFL, from the rules to the basketball. The world has changed. Rules to relationships, not rules, but relationships has changed over the years. We can't keep looking back at our grandmas and granddaddies and them and going out there. Yeah, we seen that, but in this day and age, things are different. You know what I'm saying? Your grandmother.
Not everything,
but a lot of things are different when it comes to dating. Like, a lot of guys, these guys have standards. There's some guys out there that got standards.
No, he didn't have a standard. What's the standard? He didn't have a standard.
Let me tell you.
It's not just the age thing, because it's not just my grandma. It's plenty of people that I know that's not 70-something years old. Where's these standards at? That's what I'm saying.
Men require some stuff too now. And one thing that they're not going to deal with is hurt from a past relationship, because they're going to feel like, look, man, she's still stuck on that nigga. And your wall is up.
That's a man and a woman though. I don't want no nigga that's hurt either. You too hurt for me, brother. I don't want you. That makes two of us. It's not just men and y'all standards. Women have standards too.
We
But
know
y'all
women have standards, but men, these men are. Listen, look. If y'all listen, you can learn something.
Why y'all keep saying that like we not listening to y'all perspective?
No, because
Y'all not.
Y'all not listening.
Y'all not.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm listening to y'all.
Don't know
I'm listening to y'all perspective, but when it comes to men, look, I've talked to dudes, so it's like a lot of these dudes will say, look, if she come in and dealing with stuff from the past relationship and she not healed correctly, but she got a wall up, so every time I take a brick down, she putting the brick back up. A lot of men ain't about to do that in the dating process. It's first of all, you just can't jump. You got to jump. You can't just jump out of a relationship and then jump into a new relationship. You got to get to know the next person. And by getting to know the next person, you don't have to tell him everything up front. That's another mistake y'all make. Y'all talk too much. Y'all give them too much information to where they know how to play you. Especially if they don't really want to fuck with you like that. They go manipulate you because you all came to them in the first 2 weeks and told them your whole life story about this nigga, that nigga, this past dude, that past dude. So he putting together a game plan. Oh, I'm gonna do it like this. Since this dude then open the door for him, I'm gonna open the door for him. But I'm still that nigga. I'm just in the disguise. See, y'all don't see that stuff because y'all fail to listen to each other and y'all fail to heal properly. If you heal properly, you go into dating the next person, you will have an understanding of what you should figure out and see from afar. If you keep getting done the same way from 4 relationships ago, that means you need to check your eyesight.
Right.
But
let me just say this because I know it's two totally different things, but it's also the same thing, if it makes sense. Let me give you a scenario. You got a girl who's been touched, molested, whatever, or even a guy that's been molested in their past, whatever. So every time something happens or somebody come into their life, whether it's a relationship, whether it's a friend, whether it's an uncle, regardless, they timid. They, it's something that happened to them in their past. So they carry it. I can't tell you because something happened to you that you should forget about it, that you shouldn't act a certain kind of way because something happened to you before, because you should just let that hurt go. You still gonna hold on that kind of part. Wait a minute, you still gonna hold on, and still your trust factor might be out the door. And not saying that you should carry that on in the next relationship and let that hinder a good man or a good woman. I'm not saying that, but you can't completely tell a motherfucker to X out everything they've been through, and that's what makes character. That's what builds character.
Yeah, I'm saying that builds character. I've been hurt before, but it built me. But I'm not hurt. And my thing is, you got choices to make if you have been through situations in the past. It's either you go seek help or you just go sit on that shit. And like, at the end of the day, it's up to you to figure out what you want to do to get your mind frame back together. It's either you go seek out help or you just go sit there and keep blaming everybody else. And that ain't how it's supposed to be.
So what happens?
Because you too grown. People are too grown to keep blaming everybody else. If you've been hurt before in your past, whether it was when you was a kid or something like that, if you haven't sought help or talked to your family members about it, why would a person, not just anybody, like a man or a woman, want to deal with that? That's a lot to that's baggage. Most men can do a carry-on, but I'm not about to do a whole suitcase.
And that's your preference. That is your
y'all like that, don't y'all? I'm gonna write that down. Motherfucker right there, boy.
That's your preference, because you got a lot of women that don't want to deal with that, and you got a lot of women that will take a man and build him from the ground up. So it's a person's preference. I can't knock you down because of your preference. I can only tell you what I'm going to deal with and what I'm not going to deal with. I can't speak on behalf of every fucking woman.
And that's the
thing. But it's some men out here who are willing to take a woman who he see is broken and not finesse her. That's just not y'all preference. Y'all prefer healed.
What they show
you as people. And let the married woman speak.
Can I say something? Because I think it's very imperative that you get some type of help, some type of healing, some type of counseling, or something person before you move on to the next person,
That's
because
all we
that's the
saying.
baggage that you're going
I
to be
agree.
carrying to the next relationship.
Yeah.
And that's how you run into the same man after the same man after the same man, because you
Domino.
bring in old stuff, mixing it with the new,
And,
and at the end of the day, you're going to be back stuck on the old stuff saying how this didn't work.
Exactly.
and I'm not about to get
You
no
have to heal
Elmer's glue to
yourself.
put back your
Said
life
that.
together.
I like her. I like her. And
Yeah.
she's married. So she
I
knows.
just said that.
That's true.
You
That's
say you know
That
it
hurt
woman.
into other relationship. You just
Yo,
can't.
that hurts the other relationship. That's all. That's what I've been trying to
Yeah.
say for the past 3 hours is figure out what you want to do. Figure out your hurt. Get help. You can't keep jumping into a relationship thinking somebody go help you heal. I'm only here to enhance and build together. So I need you to be happy coming in, and I'm gonna be happy coming in. You know what I'm saying? I need you. We need to have an understanding. You know, we need to learn how to trust each other. We need to date.
Yeah.
Not just fuck, date.
Right.
But you have
And that don't mean y'all gonna be perfect.
you have to recognize that you have a problem too. A lot of men, they'll say like, yeah, this woman is hurt, like I said, because she voiced it. But it's a lot of men walking around here who don't even know that they are the problem. They'll say it's
They need to get help too.
No, they
Man,
have-
when it comes to men really do sometimes don't know, but if they do know, they need to go get help too. Because you can't keep. I know some guys who all they do is blame everybody else. No, you need to look into the mirror and figure yourself out too. It just ain't women, it's both sides. But I'm talking about when it comes to marriage, men don't seek marriage like women do. That's why I say it's certain things that women should do when they dating. Like, I didn't see myself as married, but I see myself as a guy dating. But I knew I had qualifications and characteristics of all women. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like I fit a standard where any woman will be like, damn, he seemed like that guy. And you know what I'm saying? Like, that's how I looked at myself. And I still look at myself. I never just been like, well, I'm gonna go look for me a wife. I just happened to meet somebody and we got, you know, we dated, we talked, and you know, we communicated, we got an understanding. I met her family, we met her family, we told each other stuff. She didn't come running off at the mouth the first 2 weeks about her whole life. Cause then after that, I know everything about her. Like, in the back of my mind, I know I probably can deal with her like this and finesse and do that stuff. Like, I don't have to do that when you a good person, you don't have to manipulate people. When you really like care about people, you don't have to do all that stuff. If I really liked her, I was gonna get to know her. I was gonna date her, not just sleep with her. I wanted to date her, understand her, and like her. Like most men, if they like you, they're gonna keep pursuing and doing the things to better both of y'all. And it goes the same for the woman. You have to come together and better each other. Because while I was bettering her, she was bettering me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It ain't about
Not about perfection.
And what area
they said let Greg go.
did she better you at? And I say that because you got it together for people when the eyes are looking at you in your marriage and you know what you can speak on and how y'all got it together. So you got people that's watching you. You got men that's watching you, that's paying attention to the stuff that you do. So when you're constantly talking about what the woman should do, these men are not getting no advice on what they should do for themselves, how they should be better, how they should be a as man as you are. They not getting that from you. They get what my wife, what my woman need to do, what this woman, they not getting the Leslie Allen that we know that's he a good nigga. You know, they don't know what we know as far as that part. They know that, you know what, baby girl, you damaged, you need to do this, you need to do all that part. And that's my thing though. Even Greg with you, we know you've been through some shit. Of course you can speak. You've been married, you've been divorced, like you said, you done got your shit together. You kind of know what you like, what you don't like. So you got these men that's looking at you, that's following you. What advice do you have for your brothers that you might have made a mistake in your shit?
Hey, listen.
That's good.
Yeah, I mean, to y'all, she's talking, you know, let's slap the fingers. That's great. That's absolutely great.
I'm saying because we listen. I love to listen and hear y'all. I respect everything and agree with
Yeah.
But,
So
Talk to
listen,
your fellow brothers too, though.
my brothers, when me and my brothers talk about, that's between me and my brothers.
But
And
y'all
you
can
know what I'm saying? That's between us.
It ain't for everybody to understand. Every man is not going to be the same, and every woman ain't going to be the same. But at the same time, I only deal with like really dudes who really can have that type of conversation with me. A lot of men can't
and
have that type of conversation.
he's
You know,
saying the majority of the women that's on this panel, we already got it together. That's what we saying. Just as you can sit there and say
What you mean by
you
got it
think
together?
that. You think it.
What you
because
mean got it
because
together? In
this
the eyes of
topic
the guys
was
that y'all deal with,
because
y'all
this
might
topic
not.
was, am I marriage material? I am marriage fucking material, and I will take that to my grave. Nobody can tell me that I'm not. So if you can sit there and say that that the only people you associate with might be guys that even if they don't have they heads on their shoulders straight, y'all talk about what y'all talk about, but because it's between y'all, then how do you know us that's here? Y'all keep talking about women
I said a lot of guys can't have this conversation because they're not. You know what I'm saying?
I need Kenny to chime in.
No, somebody
Let Greg go. I think they want to hear from him in the comments.
No, somebody just said Lance is not getting the truth from his friends or his family.
No, she's saying that her husband. She's saying Lance her.
Oh, okay. I was about to say that hurt me to my core. But listen, here's the thing, right? Me and my brother, we was raised without our fathers, right? We was raised by our mother, grandmother, and our aunt. So from being brought up with that, it was instilled. I mean, not even instilled. It probably was just downloaded in us just to have so much love for a woman that has love for you, which traveled with us into our adulthood. So when we talk about background and how things are, would you have generational hurt? You know what I'm saying? If you see we didn't have the platform to show us of being a man in a relationship or how a marriage should be. It just so happened we came out, we great guys. You know what I'm saying? We ain't never been disrespectful, dogging. Even when I talk to my brother on a personal thing, if I got an issue, he got an issue, we never down talk, a woman or disrespect, because we know what we saw in our mother, our grandmother, and our aunt. It pretty much, it was like a mural of how a woman should be. But then you get out here and you see different women or how they act like, oh, I don't want to be with him, this or that, or just complaining. We pretty much sit down, we talk if we have an issue with the woman we dealing with, you talk that issue out. Like I tell people all the time, if you communicate with somebody, what your issue is with them, it'll be a lot of stuff resolved. Like how many people would be still alive today over beef if they would have just had communication? How many marriages probably would have been saved if it was just due to communication? People don't want to talk. They just go off of their emotion. And then sometimes the shit don't even be as serious as what they put it out. So we can point the finger all day at each other, but we not sitting down with our significant other or whatever and communicating this thing out and say, okay, yeah, I was wrong. Oh yeah, I was wrong. And then people try to shy away from going to get therapy or they get, going to counseling. People should be going to go to counseling before they even get married.
Right. But it's unfair to be able to
put that yellow box of trim back around G.
It's fair for y'all to sit up there and share those jewels with each other.
When we try to talk to y'all, don't overtalk us.
Might be a guy right now that's in the comment section that might be a bad brother, and he might need to hear them jewels from y'all. So it doesn't matter that y'all can drop those jewels with each other, but y'all can come together in public and tell a woman how she's supposed to be and what a woman.
I would never ever tell a woman how she's supposed to be.
Or
that's not even my place, baby girl. So the thing is that the woman should already know how she should be. That should come from.
That's what I was about to say, Greg. It's common sense, to be honest with you. If you got common sense, you treat the person how you want to be treated. That's common sense. If a man ain't got that common sense or a woman ain't got that common sense, you shouldn't even be fucking with them. It's all about respect and communication with a person. It's really just based off respect. If I fuck with you like that and I care about you, I'm not gonna do nothing to mess that up, and vice versa. We gonna come together, we'll figure all the other stuff out. But once we get the respect factor down and start communicating and loving each other, it's simple. It's simple shit.
Yeah.
Like, and if you're not getting that, then you with the wrong person or you're dealing with the wrong person. You shouldn't have to give a tutorial on how you want to be treated.
And that's man or women. That's man.
That's what I'm saying, man and women. But if you keep saying like, oh well, I seen a couple people comments like, look, it wasn't me. It was you was part of something. It was a reason why it happened.
Hey, Darius Ivy. Darius Ivory had a question. If y'all can read that question, Darius Ivory brought up. It's a good ass question.
Okay, y'all, and we coming up on 3 hours too, so we gonna do another 10-15 minutes, and we gonna have to close this drone out for the night.
Oh God.
So the question from Darius was, do you guys believe in father or mother abandonment issues as a result of how it affects your relationship? What is everybody's intake on this topic? So let me go on this one. In with the traveling, it was also that part. I'm not gonna speak too much on his situation, but him and his father really didn't have a relationship. It's messy, and then he had his mother, but it was one of those things. I don't think she was as honest with him as she should be, because he has multiple children with multiple women. So that with the traveling, that's just a piece of it. That was the cherry on the cake for me. It was a whole bunch of other stuff leading up to that, because he had never faced his issues. So absolutely, that mother or father abandonment, you have never had nobody, not even the blueprint, but if you see a household where the daddy wasn't really around, or the mama or whatever, you go off based what you know. So he thought, long as he, from his mother's perspective, I guess, long as I pay the bills, nothing else should really matter. So absolutely, you need those figures, and what you don't get from one person, you usually gonna be looking for it in your relationship.
I was just saying that you have those women who may have not had their father around, and they go out looking for that male figure.
Mm-hmm.
So
I like Greg said, we didn't have our dad around, but at the same time, that shit didn't matter to me. Long as like, if I really liked you, I respected you and stuff like that. It's just how you was raised. Like, respect the person. You know what I'm saying? Treat the person how you wanted to be treated. And some people like think it's rocket science to be in relationships. It's not. And you know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of times people look past that little shit that might trigger them and let it keep going. Nah, like, I'm gonna address it. And you have to address it. If you're an adult, you're gonna talk about everything, and you're gonna address stuff that probably makes you uncomfortable.
Right.
And if somebody don't want to fuck with you or not, you can't force yourself on nobody. You can't convince nobody. They gotta want to be with you.
Yeah, relationships are not rocket science, but I think when we got to be very careful when we get to giving our perspectives, because we all come from different walks of life. Children, divorces, no father. Like, you can speak from a perspective because you either never been to that spot, or you haven't had that rough patch in your life where you had to endure that. It's easy to say, well, you should do this and you shouldn't have did this and you should have.
But that's why I'm giving my perspective.
And you should have compromised. But once you get in that spot, you'll have a different perspective. Because for me, if I was looking at me back then, like, girl, why you didn't say did. It takes to, when you get in that, things humble you a bit. You understand differently when you go through life. You can speak from wherever you at, where it's culture. But when you get to that bump in the road, then you may have a different perspective. So I'm just like, we got to be very mindful of what we telling people they shouldn't do, how to do things. Because until you've been there, you can't really speak from it.
Yeah, it was a meme or something that was wrote. I don't know if y'all remember, but it was like, all love is a different kind of love, because you have people who were brought up around love, and you have people where they knew is the streets was they love, or something else was they love, and so you everything is different, and you got to kind of want to understand each other first. foremost, because if my grandparents raised me and you didn't have a mama, daddy, grandparent, nothing, you didn't know nothing but the streets, our dynamics of love are two totally different things. So we got to be willing to understand each other. And if we don't, that's fine. You go your way, I go mine. You know what I'm saying? No love lost. It doesn't take away from you being a bad person, and it doesn't take away from me being a bad person. Two people just got to come together and figure out whether they love each other enough to make it work, and figure out where you need help at and where I need help at, whether I'm a man or whether I'm a woman. And that's the bottom line, because every piece of love is different. Everybody's upbringing, God said, is different. And that's where it starts, to understand where did you come from and how do I fit my pieces in your puzzle. And if they don't fit, I get another puzzle.
Do everybody love themselves?
Let's all answer Darius' question. So
good question, Greg.
Hey, I've been answering that all day. Y'all ain't even answered.
That's what I've been saying, man.
I mean, y'all ain't listened. I've answered that already, and y'all ain't answered.
It is what it is. Like,
what was
that's
his
what I've been asking.
I love myself.
I've been saying, like, you have to love yourself. And
love yourself. I love myself.
I love myself.
You have to, like, really love yourself, because ain't nobody gonna love you unless you love yourself. Why would I sit back and be like, man, why I want to love her? She don't love herself.
Right.
I'm not about to.
And you truly know when you love yourself when you're in situations where you're not being loved correctly and you choose yourself.
Right.
That's when I found out
you put yourself first.
That's
right.
True. That's true, John.
Yep.
And it took a long time for me to love myself the way I love myself today.
Absolutely.
I'm not.
A lot of people ain't gonna say that.
I didn't took so much and dealt with so much till I had to step back and love myself a certain kind of way first. So it's like, yeah, I get that. You have to love yourself first, because you can allow so much bullshit into your life if you don't love yourself first. And that's with relationship, family, friends. It don't matter who it is. People will walk all over you if you don't set the grounds for love, and how you love yourself and how you love yourself is how you want other people to love you.
Absolutely.
Yes, that I mean, that was the whole thing. But as far as the question that my man Darius was saying about that comes with I was talking about the generational hurt with, not having both parents in the home or things like that. So happened, me and my brother, we transcend all that. You know what I'm saying? We were good. With I mean, now I do have a relationship with my father, just to have a relationship with him. But any Jews dropped about marriage or anything like that? No, you learn that. You go through life lessons.
And me not having my daddy, it didn't hurt me at all. Shit, life was still great. Like,
so let me ask a question.
That's one of many, because there's a lot of guys that carry on that hurt.
Right, because that's my question. So you hear a lot of men who may not have their father, and I always thought when they say I don't care about that, that's for me, I always feel like it's a barrier thing, because if you come from two people and one is absent, that wouldn't cause no pain for you. Like when you say it doesn't bother me at all, like you had no point in your life was like, I wish I had a dad to go. Like, to me, that, and it's not saying that's y'all, but when a man say that don't bother me at all, that's that secret damage that's gonna come out in relationships, because he don't speak it, but it's in there.
It really didn't bother me, Jones. You want to know why? Because he was never there. Imagine him being, it probably would have bothered me if he was in the house and then left. But him not being there at all, it didn't bother me at all. And that's, for me, it probably was something for different guys, but for me, it didn't bother me, because shit, it ain't like I wasn't getting loved. I was just getting loved by my mama, grandma, and my auntie, and my brothers and sisters. That's all the love I need.
Now, Les, you gonna help. You're not gonna hate me for saying this, but I'm gonna say this. You don't know what you was missing from a father because you didn't have one.
No, see, you can't say that, because
you don't know. You know right now that you're strong enough, that you've made it without him, that you prosper without him. But you don't, because that's the part of love that you was missing. You don't really know how you would feel if he was there, because he was not there.
I don't think about that part because he wasn't there.
If that makes sense.
But like, that's why they see, if you don't, my nickname is Man. I was a man way before I am who I am now. So a lot of stuff that happened as a child, it didn't hurt me. Like I said, not having a dad didn't hurt me because he wasn't around. If he was around, like I said, if he was around and then he just up and left, it probably would have affected me.
Kinda
But like
hurt.
it probably wouldn't have had that bigger effect on me because it ain't like, my mom had us out here homeless and stuff. We always had shelter, food. We always had family. And that's where we had to stop having just kids with any and everybody and build families. You know what I'm saying? Even though I ain't had no dad there, we still had a family. You know
And
what I'm saying?
I only say that because I know we're going to private school and my grandmother, trying her best to raise me. When I got to the poorest, most of my friends, they had their mama, their daddy. Their mama was a lawyer, their daddy was a doctor. And I was strong as shit, but I felt some type of way. I felt some type of way
I
because
think it's different for women.
my parents said, and I see all of this stuff around me, and I'm still a damn good, strong woman, but it's like because I didn't have it's like, okay, well, it was certain things I missed out on, or I feel a certain type of way. I can't really say that I didn't miss out on anything.
It took the person I was with till he was damn near 50 years old to finally say, look, this has caused problems in my life. And because it was pushed to the back of, because I'm a man and I can't show that this hurt me. It was kind of pushed out, but it was pushed into relationships and how you deal with people. Now, I'm not saying that for y'all, but I'm saying it's going to come out somehow. Like my daddy was around, but he wasn't in the household. I know it would have made a different impact if he was in there, I would hope. So I can't say that it didn't affect me in no way.
I think it hurt the person that wasn't around because it hurt my daddy because he tries to have, I'm gonna go ahead and throw it up there. He tries to have a relationship with me. Like one thing is we can't have that type of relationship. You stay out of town. Two, I'm living my life. Like I got a wife and I got family that always been around all my life. And you can't come into my life as an adult and try to kick it with me. Now I don't have no time for you. You know what I'm saying? And it never bothered me. I'm gonna be real honest with y'all, because my mom, she said it to us one day. She was like, y'all never came to me and asked about y'all dad. And that says a lot for a woman, you know what I'm saying? And one thing, it didn't bother me because she never cried about the man. She never, when she did struggle, she ain't never cried to us about having the man around and stuff like that. So if she can get through life like that, why I can't get through life like that? So
shout out to Glow.
It made me shout out to my mom, because a lot of women, I see women crying over a dude when they only got one kid. She had 6 kids and she could have easily broke down over these niggas not being around. So that's why I say, why I be so tough on women.
Also, she had to keep face for y'all, and that's the trauma of a lot of women.
Because she's doing no trauma.
I don't know Glow, but I know
your life doesn't.
You're not lying because I speak from a single mother's perspective.
Glow was like the strongest woman I ever met.
You're not lying because speaking from being a single mother with my 2 girls, I never let my girls see me sweat.
Right.
I got cry, I go to my car and cry. Literally. It's not.
That's what you can show y'all.
I gotta be strong for
y'all never speak bad on her.
Y'all not getting it.
That's not speaking bad on her. That's
we tell you ain't speaking bad on her. Because we'll be over there in that garage.
I'm ready to put my hair in a ponytail for you anyway, Gregory. Come through.
I had a conversation with my mom and I asked her if she used to cry about. She said no. She said if they didn't want to be here, they didn't want to be here. And that speaks a lot, because a lot of women be crying about these niggas that ain't really doing nothing for their kids. I can see if he had a job or something. You crying over a bummy dude that can't even give you no child support money. He can't even pick the kid up from school. He ain't got no car. So
it's not about sitting around crying over a man. But if I lay with a man and we make a baby together, it's gonna hurt me some way that he not here to help me raise this child. It ain't about sitting around sobbing, but I'm sure there's some pain there if I made a baby with him.
But guess what? Life goes on.
In reality, how you feel about your kids. Like you might not necessarily.
That life goes on thing is a trauma response, and that's when people
deal. No, that's not a trauma response. It's real life.
Real life. That's real life. Life goes on, but you still got some feelings.
Yeah, Charlamagne talked about counseling and everything with the black man.
It's real life.
He did, yes,
You
but
don't
he
have
didn't
to be
pray
going through
life
something
goes on.
because
He
he
went and
seems
got
like a
help.
deal with certain stuff.
And it might not necessarily be crying. That's because I know you knew your baby daddy wasn't shit. Blah blah. I might be when I take the time out to reflect on my life. I'm reflecting on how my kid might be feeling because her daddy not around, because she might be feeling a certain type of way, or because she might be looking at her friends or people around her on the ends. I might be sad because I couldn't give her what I should have been able to give her because I might have made the wrong decision, and now I feel bad about my shit. So I might got, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's not necessarily because I'm crying over a nigga. I don't want that nigga no more. That's not why I'm upset. I'm upset because I'm trying hard as a mother, but damn it, it could be a little bit easier. My kids shouldn't, they shouldn't have to even go through this. You know what I'm saying? Like, it just, all the dynamics are always different.
But
a lot of people
it's life lessons.
Like it's a life lesson, but at the same time, I don't have kids, but I feel like if you feel that way, you should teach your kid, like, look, your dad ain't around. Look, you can still be out here and be whatever you want to do. You don't have to have that dad, but if you want to have a relationship with them, it's up to the dad to be with their kids. But don't be down on yourself, and I feel like, I know it's emotional and stuff like that, but like, it's a lot of stuff that people overcome. And being in our community, it's a lot of us that grew up in a one-parent home, but a lot of us persevered from that. And like, shit, it's nothing wrong with, like, just us learning something. You learn about yourself through these times. And like, when I had the conversation with my mom about it, she said she never cried. And I'm not saying people shouldn't cry, but like, everybody don't have to be going through something because they missed out on something in life. Like me not having my daddy around, like, shit, I taught myself. I had an older brother. I had basketball coaches. I had people in the neighborhood that if I knew right from wrong. If I knew this nigga was a drug dealer, I didn't want to be that.
But look at the Black household, though. It has forced us to think that that's okay because we got to do it.
That's a whole.
You've been programmed to think that that's okay because Black men have left their family.
I'm not the one with. I ain't got no.
I gotta perspire through that, and I gotta be strong. And I know it's another conversation, but that's how you were. That's how the Black man was programmed. That it's okay for me to leave the house, and it's okay for me to perspire and do this because my daddy wasn't around. What about it being okay to have your mama and your daddy and your sister? What about that being okay too?
No, I'm saying that we didn't have that, but I'm not about to sit around and whine about it. But I'm not out here. I'm not out here with a couple of baby mamas and kids. So it like, at the end of the day, like, you can sit up here and whine and cry about it, but you can, like, I can ask my mama too, like, shit, why you didn't get married when you had us? You know what I'm saying? So like, when y'all speak about the Black family, you just can't say, well, this is why the Black family messed up, because I'm actually sitting on panel with a lot of y'all who have kids and not married. So we can't sit up there and say that the Black household messed us up. It's just like, shit, it is what it is. But I prefer to have a Black household with a wife and kids. That's what I always want.
What's up with
but ultimately,
Arius is not okay with a few people speaking.
But ultimately, it is.
Ebony D and Tania need to speak on it.
And I just that way real quick, but ultimately it is the reason why the Black families is fucked up. That is the reason why we all are in the positions, whatever position it is. That is the reason.
Whole different topic, and I don't think y'all want to go that deep.
Not today, but we can.
Not today. And for our followers, like, everybody on the panel jumps in when they have something to speak on the topic. If they just sitting and listening, we're gonna allow them just to intake. When they ready to speak, they'll jump out and speak on it.
Yeah, y'all go. Yeah.
And I just want to say this about the abandonment issues, and Les, you're pretty strong there, but there's a lot of people dealing with abandonment issues, and it's like, to some people, it's like, my parents who should have loved me first didn't love me, they left me, and I can't trust nobody. So it's a lot of people dealing with those type of issues, and they do take that from relationship to relationship. And that's why a lot of issues come up, because you going into the relationship, don't know if you can trust this person, you're not letting your guards down. So I think abandonment can go a long way
Yeah. It's almost
you
like
don't
you
get
used to being
healed.
let down, so you expect
But
Yeah.
Ebony
Yeah.
Jones said something about counseling though,
Everybody
right?
don't know
Yeah, but
about going to
everybody
get
don't think it's
counseling.
an issue until it's too
right.
late.
Think
Like I
about
said,
that. Think about that subject they had on TV where we had the black men don't even like to go to the doctor. Like y'all,
Mhm.
you think you
Yeah.
strong enough? They be like, I don't need no goddamn counseling. We don't
You
be
know,
thinking that we need that shit. Well, black men and women, shit, but like we don't really think that we have issues like that. So nobody wants to really run to a counselor. Should we? Hell yeah. But it's very slim to get a guy to actually
to their
go to the
friends.
doctor.
You run to the wrong folks before you go to counseling. That's the problem.
Yeah.
You
True
tell
that.
everybody your business, and then now you want to it's just a lot. But I
it
mean,
is a lot, and maybe we'll have to dig into this because this topic does get lengthy, and it's a
That's how it was in the basement, Greg. We just kept going.
whole lot we can speak on with this. But I do think this has been a really interesting, conversation between everybody. I appreciate Greg and Alex coming up and windmilling with us. We have any we got any final thoughts before we close this thing out? I'm sure we all got, well, a few of us got babies. We got to get to Zoom school in the morning. So yeah, and jobs and all that type of stuff. So anybody, any final thoughts?
Love is love.
live, laugh, love.
I agree with that.
Love is love.
Yeah.
And pick up. I put something in your group, the little chat, but love is love. And you can take that any type of way you want to make it your thing.
That's right. I agree with that.
Yeah.
I
And
got
y'all
it.
have a good night.
Thank
Okay.
you, Greg. See you later.
See you.
Good night. Good night. Peace out.
Thank you. Oh, Sammy, I'm sorry. Thank you, Sammy, for coming up and chatting
Yes.
with us.
Oh yeah, no problem.
We
Anytime.
definitely gotta have you on the line when they trying to pull our hair up here.
Oh yeah.
We
I got y'all back. I got y'all back.
We appreciate that.
appreciate it. And thanks to all the people in the comments who tuned in. We'll be doing this every Sunday at 6:00. Oh, and if you have any topics you want to talk about, DM the page. We out, y'all. That's it.
Thank you.
God bless.
Later.
God bless. Have a great week. Now how do I end it? How do I end it?
Just go to end live.